Hi, everyone. I know this is not, haven't been great about planning anything, but I thought that I would work on this journal that I've been making and yeah, come online. And so I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are all doing well. So I'm working on this. I think I'm going to make some pockets or some, I don't know, I haven't quite decided yet. I made this journal. I worked on it the other day. Hey, Candy. I worked on it the other day in a in a little craft along with Candy and Lori and a bunch of people, and I made this butterfly spine journal. And so I'm gonna work in it today. I'm gonna hopefully finish it. I Hey, Carla, how's it going? So I'm gonna work in it. I used one of these bags, these rice bags that you get from, like when you're buying 25 pounds of rice. You guys know I cook a lot, so I've saved these bags, and a lot of times I cut them off and sew them up and use them as shopping bags because they have like a cool zipper in them. And then you can line them if you feel like it, but you could use them as like extra shopping bags to leave in your car. But I cut it up to use it for the spine for the butterflies. So, and then I sewed my signatures into it and I glued it down, but not all the way. So I got to cut it and then I got to cut this side. And then I thought maybe I'd make some, I don't know, pockets or whatever. I haven't quite figured it out. So, tell me what you girls are up to. How's everybody doing? How's everyone doing? Guys, I have a little bit of a lag, so yeah, I have a little lag. So, Miss Candy, what are you working on? Miss Carla, what are you working on? And what's the weather like where you are? We've had this crazy, excruciating heat wave here. It's been insane. And yeah, you guys know I bought this really old house and it doesn't it doesn't have any air conditioning. So we just use fans. So it's been really hot. Let me see if I can move the chat where I can see it. Thanks for the thumbs up.
Are you connected to the extender or the main router?
I don't know. I'm good. I don't know if I'm what I'm
It
connected
might make a
to.
real difference if you're connected to the main router.
I am connected to.
No, click the regular one. You'll be. I'll be back.
So anyway, so it's been crazy hot here, you guys. I don't even know how to tell you how hot it's been. It's been really hot. And yeah, it makes you appreciate, I guess, when you do have air conditioning, right? You haven't been crafting at all, girl. I get it. I've been doing some nominal things, like things for myself personally, but nothing like really exciting. I did get to go to an amazing craft retreat, and Candy was there in New Jersey for one of our sweet friends' birthday, and that was so awesome. And it made me, first of all, it made me miss everyone because, there's like I was trying to explain this to my sister who does not really do any online forum type of thing that that when you meet people online, you develop these really, hi Jean, hi Miss Marilyn. Yeah, I love those Bibles you found, Jean, and I love all the new stuff. You guys go over and subscribe to Jean's channel. She is called Found Treasures by Jean. She finds some cool stuff. She's found some antique. Those Bibles were crazy good. And if I wasn't in the process of like trying to figure out where I'm going to move with my life, I would totally jump in and get them. I've missed being on. You guys, I would love to tell you that something extraordinarily amazing has happened, but it has just been life. It has been life and just life. And it's been crazy. And the downside to burlap is I don't know if you can see it, but the glue kind of bleeds through. So you got to be careful. I don't even know if I have any wax paper over here. I don't want my page. I don't want it to stick to the guys. This is how I'm rolling lately. I am so not prepared for my life. It's like I usually always have a thing of wax paper and a thing of whatever. And I don't have any of that right here. So I'm gonna have to cut a piece of plastic. I just don't want it to stick to the cover of the book. Girls, I've just been lifing, and it has been a lot. It has been a lot. And I've had like family weddings and baby showers and just all kinds of stuff, and which has been wonderful. But at the same time, it kind of like has gotten into my creative flow. And you know what? I probably made a mistake not going back to teach art this year, because at least when I had to go teach art all the time, I had to art in my art room, So I had to do like some serious arting. So because I had to prepare for class. So that at least kept me going. So this is that journal that I was working on, Jean, when we were talking on the live stream and we were talking on StreamYard with Lori, and it has all those butterflies. And then, yeah, I'm just going to try to finish it up. So what are you girls working on? And I loved the whole thing that you said the other day, Jean, about going to the antique thing, the antique, like the flea market. Guys, I used to love doing that. In Hawaii, there's no such things as look, there may be on Oahu, maybe antiques, but on like antique flea markets, the flea market in Maui is just made in China stuff or some handmade stuff, but it's not like the flea market where you're going to find any super rare treasures or finds or whatever. So I used to love to go to the flea market, and I used to go, you guys, one of the best flea markets I've ever been to is that flea market in Pasadena in the Rose Bowl. Have you guys ever done that flea market? That one is like so amazing. I used to live in LA, and I used to do that flea market every Saturday and Sunday at the Rose Bowl. I don't know if I'm sure it's still going on. I just don't remember the dates of it. You got some more treasures. Oh my gosh. Or some more Bibles, Jane. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait to see them. And I loved those magazines that you got. Those were amazing. You've gotten some really good treasures, girl. I loved it. That was just, they're amazing. When I finally get my butt settled, when I know where I am, then I will allow myself to buy things again. You guys, I have so much stuff that I haven't even used. Hi, Rainy. No, girl, I'm not back in Hawaii. I wished. I am not back in Hawaii. I'm still in North Carolina. We still don't know where we want to move. Girls, I will not go into the saga of my life. Let's just say it has been a ride. This year has been a ride already. We don't know where we want to move. And we both decided, Blake and I both decided that we want to move somewhere where we both feel like home. Part of the reason we moved here, and I know if you already know this story, I'm sorry, was because of his dad. His dad didn't live here, but his dad lived, the memory care facility that we found for his dad was a drivable distance from here. It was several hours, but I didn't want to live. So his family lives where it gets really cold, like where it really gets cold. And I didn't want to move. At the time when we moved here, I didn't know if I could do it again, like really live where you have to shovel feet and feet and feet of snow. So this was kind of our happy medium. And the fact that, our daughter was still in school. She was still in high school, and I found a school that was good for her. So that was kind of the thought process. I'm only putting this plastic there so that the glue from the burlap doesn't sink through. But you guys, this isn't home. You know, it's like before I moved to Hawaii, I lived in New York, and lived in New York City. And you guys, there is just something about living in New York. And I'm not originally from New York. I went to school in New York. I went to college in New York. I lived in California for a little while. Then I moved back to the East Coast. And I don't know what it is. There's just something about living in New York that's real. I don't know. You guys can pipe in. Some of you guys are East Coasters. And I have so many friends there. So originally we thought we would move. Blake has 2 sons and they're on the West Coast. And we originally thought we would move possibly West Coast. And I found a great house that I loved. But when I went to see it, it was fakakta. It was not good. It was like, and we realized that we would have to, basically it would have been a tear down. Beautiful lot though. Great, but would have to have been a tear down. And anyway, I think I'm going to put some butterflies on these, like instead of like charms, I think I'm going to glue butterflies on these, on the tails. So I wonder if I have 2 alike. Probably not. That would make my life too easy. Meaning like front and back are the same. So after that house sort of fell through, or I had the realization that it was going to be like a money pit. And that might be something that when you're like, I don't know, when you're like 25, you're like, yeah, I want to live in a money pit that I'm going to have to redo the whole thing of. But at my age, like, no, I was like, we're kind of like looking at like retirement things, right? So I was like, no, I don't think so. It was just a lot. The house needed a ton of work. So we were like, okay, well, now what? So then we've had some family stuff go on that it's just made me realize we just need to pick where we want to live. Who is it that said that the other day? And it was like such a good, hi, Linda. I'm sorry if I can't, you guys, my chat is so small. Thank you. And if I miss seeing you guys, please just speak up louder to me or something in all caps or whatever. Anyway, guys, I got my ATCs on a tangent. I got my ATCs from Lizzie. I haven't mailed her mine. Look at how beautiful they are. You guys, look. This is like, Lizzie sent me these. Lizzie Brewer. If you guys go over to her channel, Scrappin' Lizzie. Is it Scrappin' Lizzie on YouTube? I wonder if I'm streaming through StreamYard. Can I make... You like small life? You're happy? Oh, girl. Thank you. I need it. At this moment, I'm like, it's not that I'm not happy. It's just, I've realized like we should have been a bit more, I should have thought it out more. We moved here to be closer to my father-in-law, which we can't see him now, not because we don't want to, but because the memory care of the people, the people in memory care, the memory care people are like, you're making him crazy. So we're not seeing him. So yeah. And all our friends are, so I think we're moving back to the East Coast. We live on the East Coast now, but I think we're heading toward New York. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out. I found a house I really like there, but we'll see. We'll see how it all rolls. Who knows? So Lizzie, if you guys know her, Elizabeth Brewer, she is wanting to, and she has got a Facebook group called, is it called Scrappin' Lizzie's Unicorns? I think so. She is wanting to trade ATCs. So she sent me some, and I made some for her, but I got to send them to her. I haven't mailed them yet. So I don't really know where we're moving, girls. It's just been it's sort of been a discovery. Like just when we think we found a place that we really want to go, what ends up happening is one of us realizes that it's not necessarily exactly what we wanted. So it's all good. It is absolutely all good. And so I don't know where we're going. I have no idea. I think I might put a couple beads on this just because it's so light and it's going to fly away. Let me see. I love Nyack too. It is really great. You guys, I used to have, this is the stupid thing. This is the stupid thing. I used to have a house in upstate New York and I sold it not that long ago. I had a house in Woodstock. We used to live in, we had an apartment in the city and we had a house in Woodstock. We had a tiny apartment in the city. Let me preface that. When most people say that, they mean they had like a fa apartment. No, we had a really tiny apartment in New York City. And then we had a house in Woodstock and we gave up the apartment. It was like a whole ridiculousness. But anyway, we let go of the apartment, but we still have the house until very recently. And had I realized that I thought I wanted to move back there, I wouldn't have let it go. But at the time, I was living in Hawaii. And at the time, I was like, there's just no way we're moving. And I was wrong. I was wrong. So I think I'm going to glue. I think I'll do one blue one, checkered one, and then do another bead at the bottom. And then I think I'll do maybe a red one or something like that. Anyway, so that's where I'm at, girls. I don't know where we're going to move. And it seems like the moment one of us gets set on like, oh, this is where we're going. Penny, stop. It's my dog. He's decided he's going to throw something under the ottoman in here and then try to get it out. Yeah, I thought the decision I made, I thought was at the best at the time. So, Jean, tell me what you found in your treasures. I'm excited to hear and see what you found. You found more Bibles. Is that what you found? Those vintage Bibles? That one you found that like it has all the pieces and parts of from people's lives in it. The big, both of them were nice. But I loved all the kind of cool stuff that they left in their Bible. I loved that. That was like really cool. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, girls. It's like it feels like I don't know. I don't know nothing. It's kind of how it feels at the moment. I don't know anything. Except I'm working on a butterfly journal with my friends. They went to a good home. Oh, they were beautiful, Jean. I loved them. You guys go over her checker channel out. It may make you want to buy a few things, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm just letting you know, just forewarning you, because girls, we are enabling each other. But it's like some really, really cool stuff. Really, really super cool stuff. And when are you going to Brimfield? You said you're going and you like the butterfly spine. Do it, Riri. You know what? I made my youngest daughter, this is so ridiculous. So last year when she was going to, she graduated from high school. She had her first year of college last year. So the year before she graduated going to high school, they used to do these fundraisers at her school and that were sponsored by the kids. And they did one with like a theater group or something. And it was masquerade ball. And she, they all went. And she was like, I was like, so what are you going to wear? And she was like, I don't know. And then I said, well, she was kind of like not non-committal about it. And then she said something and I was like, well, where's your mask? Like, so she found it, like she had a dress or something, whatever she was going to wear. I don't even honestly remember what she wore. But she was like, oh, well, I'm not going to wear a mask. And I was like, you can't go to a masquerade ball without a mask. I said, that's terrible. And I don't know, you guys. So somehow, and of course, she tells me this at the 9th hour, like, when like she doesn't tell me like when I could actually like have done something for her. She tells me like right at the like I don't know 20 minutes before she was leaving or something. It was something stupid, and I made her a mask out of these butterflies, and I'll show you. I made it out of like a Tyvek envelope, and I had if she'd given me some heads up, I'd have probably done a better job. But she let me see if I can find it. I sent it to Paint Girly the other day. Um, yeah, here's a picture. Here's a picture of it. So I took like a FedEx envelope or a what do you call it? Express mail envelope. You know the the Tyvek ones. So I keep all those. I have a pile of recycled ones. Like when I have a friend that has a business and I she the ones that they've used they just throw them away. So she used to save them for me. So I cut it up because I knew that it would wrap around her face. Made like a rough mask out of it, and then I used my die cutting machine, put a bunch of fabric through it, and I sewed them on by the sewing machine, and I made her this mask. So that's what she wore to her masquerade ball, and you can tell she liked it. I guess. Look, she's just smiling at least. So then, that gave me the idea to do this on the spine of this book. I really liked the book, but the spine was, I don't know, it was a wreck. So I just thought, you know what, it'll be fun to do that. So if you have a die cutting machine, I mean, you could cut these out by hand too. Um, yeah, go for it. And then and I sewed it onto burlap. I hand sewed these on. You could sew it on with the machine. I sewed the other ones on with the machine. So she liked it. Like kids are so hard. Like they're so, hey, Ami, hey, girl. Girl, I love your tattoo. Did you guys see Ami's new tattoo? It is freaking fabulous. She got the cutest, most meaningful tattoo. And girls, I don't, I had 3 C-sections. I'm not up for having any more pain you know what I mean? I'm good. That was enough for me. But her tattoo is awesome. It was so beautiful. So happy for you, Ami. Anyway, she ended up liking it and wearing it. And so I'm just saying, if she'd given me can you imagine if she'd given me some time? I guess I'm just going to tie this on. And if it doesn't work, I thought I needed to tie a smaller bead on. I think the holes are the same size. But let's see if I can find a needle. This is what I get for not being prepared. She did, she wore it, Linda. It's kind of hard to tell if kids really like anything because they kind of like, well, I can just speak for my kids. It's kind of hard for me to tell if my kids like anything. I mean, the eyes in these needles may be too big. These are all for like, these aren't beading needles. These are for leather. They be for leather. So, anyway, I was trying to get myself motivated, and I thought, because the other day when I was talking to Lori, Paint Girly, who I love, who we all love, she was like, somebody in her chat said, "Show me what it is," and I was like, girls, I haven't been so motivated to be online. I've had a lot of family stuff go on, and then, girls, by the time like your day ends and you're like, oh well, maybe I'll do something always comes up. So tell me what you girls are working on. Is anybody working on anything fun? Well, I'm just going to see if I can tie it. And if I can't tie it and it comes off, then I'm going to have to, I'll wing it for the moment. The one good thing about waxed linen thread is that you can undo it fairly easily. All right, let's see if this works. Maybe later I'll put some sort of glitter or something on it. I don't know. Glitter. I mean, I have to find my purple glitter. No, Laura messaged me today and she said, "Girl, I'm mailing you your box." I was like, okay. And then I'm like wondering if she's gonna glitter bomb it. Oh my gosh. I wonder if she's gonna glitter bomb it. Maybe she will. You never know. You never know. Maybe I'll do red on one side and that. And you guys, the fabric is like old is the fabric on this is old men's shirts. Like when I was teaching art in high school, we had to they were doing these like I'm sure you guys can relate to this. They do these like autobiographical stories, you know, and they have to like tell something about their lives and this and that. And, you know, then they had to make a project and one of the teachers was like, "Hey, Shelly, why don't you make like, you know, like, did you guys ever read Faith Ringgold to your kids? She's an amazing New York artist and writer and quilt maker and storyteller. She's just an amazing person all around." Anyway, they were like, why don't you, I mean, most kids read Faith Ringgold's probably like for really young kids, like probably, what is it, like third, fourth grade under? I can't remember. I read all her books to my kids, so I had them and I knew who she was and I knew all of it. So they wanted to do something like that inspired, which is like an autobiographical, you know, quilt or whatever. So of course they don't give me any. There was like zero budget. And so I went to the thrift store and I asked, would they give me anything? Was there anything they would give me to use, like stuff they were going to discard? And they give me a bag of old cotton, which they were nice because they were cotton shirts. And that's what the rest of this stuff is left from, is these old cotton shirts that I got from the thrift store. So that's what these butterflies are made from. So we made these autobiography quilts, or, you know, quilts that express their whatever they wanted to express. And yeah. So that is what these butterflies are made from, was whatever I had left over from all those shirts. And what's really cool about them is they were kind of big. And that's why I'm assuming they were left. They were big and like, you know, odd colored and odd shaped or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they were not like a petite size. They were like really big shirts. And they were men's shirts. So having this sort of, one of them is like a peachy gingham kind of color. I imagine that wasn't like a big hot seller at the thrift store. So that's what these butterflies, that's what my butterflies are made of. Old men's shirts. Men's. What are you saying, Ames? Let me see if I can make it bigger. See if I can make the chat bigger to see. Hey, skinny cat. You guys, my eyesight, that's a whole nother thing. We're not going to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it. I'm healing myself. You said, oh my gosh, I cleaned up your craft room finally over the last 2 days. Woo! You finally had time to start looking through your retreat things. You found the glitter. So I haven't gotten my glitter yet. You guys, if you don't know, Ami is like the most amazing. First of all, she's a beautiful crafter, but she is an amazing organizer. Okay. She has got a superpower like nobody I have ever seen. She's superpowered. We went to our friend Laura's birthday, which we love so much. Jersey Laura. Happy birthday, Laura. Happy birthday, Laura. Happy birthday, Laura. We had such a great time. And Ami, as a gift, as a kind, loving, most amazing friend, Laura was moving her craft room and Ami came, and I think Laura kind of said it as like a joke initially, like, oh, maybe you'll come and fix my craft room. No, Ami took it to heart, and she did the most freaking fantastic job. Like if I knew I was going to stay here, Ames, I would just fly your butt out here and say, please help me get my life together. Uh, I'm going to wait till I move to my new place, wherever that is. And then, girl, I'm going to send you a ticket and buy you as much Pepsi as you want. And as many beef jerky pieces as you want. And as much snacks as you want. Whatever you want to eat, I'll buy for you. And then you can help me reorganize my life. All right, let's see. It needs pockets. It needs everything. For sure, you're down. Oh, good. Girl, there was a lady on the other day, and she was like, I need help. And I was tempted to text you and say, do you want to look at this lady's craft room and see if you want to help her? Because she was like, I need professional help. I was like, the only professional organizer I know that could handle a craft room is you, girl. Okay, so far we have the butterflies, the flutterbys, and we have the ones that are hanging down inside. And then it doesn't have a ton of pages in it. I'm going to put a pocket here. I just don't know if I'm going to make it out of fabric or if I'm going to make it out of paper. And this is Amy paper from Hags Hollow. She dyed that. You guys, I hope she's good. I love her and I miss her. And if any of you guys hear from her, please let me know. If you see her in a live stream, you tell her that Shelly loves her and misses her. And then this is like I need some tape. Let me see what washi tape. But we had the best craft. I have to say, girls, I enjoyed myself. I'm sorry. I was so out of it at our crafting retreat. I was going through my own stuff. You too. We can share the cost. Okay, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me, Candy. We'll have a follow Amy around and follow our beautiful Amy around so that she can show us how to organize our lives. I'm telling you. I was not 100% myself at that crafting retreat. I was going through my own stuff and you guys, one day I'll tell you all about it. It's just too fresh right now then to like talk about it too much, But I ripped one of these envelopes. I save all these envelopes, and this one is a coffee dyed or a tea dyed one. And it was from but I like those pattern envelopes, and it has a window in it. Ami said she would do yours too. Well, maybe, you guys, who knows? We'll see where we're going to end up. We've been talking about it. It's been forefront on our minds about moving and where we're going to go. We don't know yet. And you guys, I love my house. Do not get me wrong. I love my house. But you cannot stay in a place for your house. At least I can't. Maybe some of you guys can. I mean, it'd be different if I'd grown up here and I had a lot of friends. I don't. And I have acquaintances, but you know what I mean. All right, let me see. I need to tape it on both sides. I need to tape it on the inside, and I need to tape it on the outside. Yeah, so we don't know where we're going to go. We have no idea. We've talked about it. Part of us thinks that we might take a year off. Like we might, after we sell our house, just take a year and travel, which would be fun. Except that we have a big dog. We got a dog, you guys, and he's lovely, but he's neurotic. We went away for a couple of days recently, and the dog stopped eating. You guys, that is so stressful for me, and I love him so much. He just decided he wasn't going to eat because we were gone. Isn't that horrible? And it just stressed me out. And we were only gone. It was my sister's birthday, and her son got married a couple weeks ago, and she lives in California normally, but she's down here watching her granddaughter. They have a new little baby, and the baby's, she's a year. And so it was her birthday, day before yesterday. So she was only a few hours away. So I made a bunch of Indian food, and one of my daughters also made some Indian food. And I went down and met one of her friends, and we gave her like a little tiny surprise birthday party, and it was wonderful. But But the dog, we were only gone one night. It was like a day and a half. The dog didn't eat too. So the dog didn't, we left in the morning. And my daughter was here with her husband. My other daughter was here. One of my daughters was here with her husband, and the other daughter who's in college was here. So it wasn't, the dog was not alone. The dog didn't eat, you guys. It was horrible. And so we've kind of like, I don't know, the letting go of your life and traveling for a year when you have a pet that won't eat when somebody's watching them is not good. Okay, that's not bad. Repaired that one. Maybe I need to repair it right here too. Peanut doesn't eat. What? Peanut doesn't eat hardly when you're away. It was horrible. It was horrible. So I don't know. And we love him so much, and it's just not that everybody loves their pets, but I'm just saying it was sad to realize that he didn't eat the whole time we were gone. And we feed him good food, you guys. We make his dog food. So he gets like this. We do buy him some organic grain-free kibble, but we make dog food for him. It's chicken and sweet potatoes and carrots in it. And, we give it to him twice a day, and he loves it. He did not eat it. He did not eat his dog food. It was, yeah, my daughter's like, I don't know. And then we also had thunderstorms, so we were kind of blaming it on the thunderstorm, but I don't think so. I think it was just him. So anyway, that one is tea dyed or coffee dyed. I don't remember. And then, it was like a credit card bill envelope, but I like you guys, I know they want you to go paperless, but I just can't do it. So I liked the pattern, and I like the windows. So I figure I'll stuff it with some things. I don't quite know what yet. I have to put some pockets in here, and I need to cut the top off, but I haven't done any of that yet. He would only eat a few pieces of food fed by hand. Ours did the same thing. No, one of your cats paced and cried the whole time you were gone, Candy. Our cats just do naughty things. Like Blake had to tell me that the cat knocked over, Blake has this beautiful crystal orb, it's really beautiful. Somebody gave it to him, and it sits high on a bookshelf, and it sits on top of he put it on like a crystal base. Like it sits on like another crystal. I can't tell you what kind because I'm not that familiar with what he has, but he said he's lucky that it didn't break, but it hit. He hand paints cups for our kids, you guys. He is so talented. I don't think I have one in my craft room, but I'll have to show you guys sometimes. He hand paints like different things for our kids. So he painted one of these cups. He was in the process of painting for one of the kids, one of their animals that's no longer with us. And he was like telling me today that the cat knocked over while we were gone, now realize they are not alone. They have other people who live in this house with us. Knocked over his crystal orb, and then it hit the cup he was working on, and it broke. And I said, I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know what we can do with these animals. These sweet babies. They just don't like it when you're gone. At least ours don't. Ours are so spoiled. He told me that he was like, well, that's what we get because our animals are so spoiled. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, not that we deserve to have our stuff wrecked, but they act out. You have a visual of that. Ours, it was ridiculous. Our cats, you guys, it's like, yeah, they're bad sometimes. One of them is really good. One of them's old, and she's really great. And we got another one. So my little dog died 2 years ago. We got another cat. I told my daughter, instead of getting a dog, we got a cat. So I wasn't ready to get another dog because my little Charlie was my baby, right? My little dog. I loved her so much. Well, we got another cat. Well, we went to the pound. We went to a rescue that takes animals from our local pound, and we got this little cat. You guys, she was so boisterous. She is so mischievous. She gets into everything. And she's like, yeah, we love her, but she's a pill. I'm not gonna lie. She's a pill. And so she was just, yeah, she's a pill. So she knocks over stuff. She gets into stuff. She sits on your stuff. I gotta lock her, and I try to lock her out of my art room, my craft room, because like you'll leave something that you're gluing together and you don't know, but she'll come and lay on it. And then the next thing you know, when you go to look at it, it's got cat hair glued to it. So she's bad. I don't know where my ink pads are. I'm just going to put a little bit of sort of highlighting on the edge of this so that when I go to stick something in it, it looks like a pocket. You know what I mean? It is a pocket, but you can see it because it's like some old vintage sheet music. This is like a vintage piece of sheet music. Kit from I think it's from like a kid's piano book or one of those. So yeah. So I don't know, you guys. I wish I had a clear vision of like where I want to go. I mean, the moving to Northern California part was kind of good because my sister lives close to there, but she and her husband, they moved. He's retired now, but then he bought a business, and I'm not so sure that she's going to stay there. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I moved here so that I could be closer to her, and then she's like, I'm out of here. So let me see what you wrote, Ames. I can't even see it. You have a bad cat too. You have a bitey cat. Ours isn't bitey, but definitely bad. She's a bad cat. Okay, what did Amy say? Amy says Cole's girlfriend's mom has a hairless cat. Ooh, and you love her so much. You got a text from her girlfriend telling me Penny is bad. Apparently, she tried to eat Cole's burger. I said Cole was taught to share, even with Penny. Oh, that's so good. Girls are bad cat. You lived in Chico? I like Chico. Not all cats are naughty, but some are. Ours is. You guys, I don't know what she thinks. She doesn't even think she's a cat. Okay, that's the other thing. She doesn't think she's a cat, and she does stuff that is like, you guys, I can't even tell you. She can open a door. It's like, she's bad. And the other thing is that she eats people food. We do not feed her people food. Let me preface this whole thing by saying we do not feed her people food. But I think she came from a cat hoarding situation where that's what they fed her, or she knows it. So you cannot leave. She will definitely eat your food. Okay. But you know what she likes? She's so weird. She will like fuss at you, mew, mew, mew at you until you give her whatever it is. We figured she likes dry cereal, you guys, like Cheerios. Like we figured it out because one day my daughter made herself a bowl of cereal. And she got up to go and get milk for it and then got distracted by something. So there was just this bowl of dry cereal sitting, on the table, and the cat was up there eating it. It was ridiculous. So, yeah, we know she came from a cat hoarding situation. They told us at the rescue, but that's the only reason I can figure she likes people food, and she likes potato chips. She likes things that crunch. Although saying that, she will eat your sandwich. She would have definitely eaten your burger if you left it for her. If you left it unattended for any second, she would eat the burger for 100% sure. She'd have been a burger snatcher, a burger eater. Yeah, she'd do that. You guys, I have the worst luck as far as animals go, as far as that goes, because our dog, remember I used to tell you guys my little dog Charlie would drink my coffee? This dog does the same thing. And the coffee does not have milk in it. Okay, the coffee is like black or whatever, and he'll drink it. So you have to like, oh yeah, that fits in there. Okay, cool. So you have to like watch where you put your stuff. It's like they're definitely naughty. Naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Well, we had a wonderful crafting retreat, and I'm so grateful that I got to hang out with you ladies. That was like the highlight of my summer because it was kind of like I'm so glad that I went, and I'm glad I got to hang out with all of you. Just trying to decide whether I want to open it. So this side of the popcorn bag has an opening, and this side doesn't. I'm just trying to decide if I want to open it at the top or on the side and what I would stick in it. And I did another one of those bill envelopes. I think this is from like our gas bill, from our house gas bill. Maybe I'll put some washi tape on that. It would look better and it would be more stable. Yorkies are so cute. They are. Your sister's cat drinks her mochaccino? Oh, wow. I haven't had the cat. The dog definitely does. Your brother has a teacup Yorkie and he weighs 3 pounds. Oh, his name is Buddy and you love him. Oh, guys, I know our dog needs a friend, but can I tell you, I don't even know if I could do another dog right now. We were kind of looking for a little bit. And then I've just kind of like, I don't know. I knocked the wind out of my sails with that one. I was like, I know he needs a friend, but I don't know. Hey, D, I know he needs a friend, but I just don't know if I can do it. Does that make sense? Do you not know if I could do it at this moment? I'm not saying never. I'm just saying at this moment. Don't know. What are you working on, Riri? Are you making something that, I don't know what anybody's making anymore. You guys, I am like the last one to know what anybody makes. I am the only person that I know that is making, aside from the girls that I went to with on the retreat, I would not, as Malia, and she was there for a little bit, so that was awesome. She and I are going to make, and if you guys want to make along, I'm hopefully we'll start it the next few weeks. We are going to make, I hate even saying it because every time I do, then something happens and I don't get online, but I'll say it anyway. We're going to make a Shannon Green inspired Big Bertha because my sweet partner was redoing somebody's house or he put an addition on their house and they got all those paint sample books from Sherwin-Williams and Home Depot and Lowe's. And after he finished the project, the lady he saw them in the trash and he said, I thought about you. He goes, because I know you like those. And you can just go get them, you guys. You don't have to be doing anything, but he was doing a paint job for her, or he did a whole room for her, and she, I guess, went and got all those things. And so I'm going to cut this in half, I think. Maybe I'll fold it in half. So instead of her throwing them away, he brought them home to me. So I remembered like you guys eons ago, I had a bunch of those when I was in Hawaii, and I had always wanted to make that Big Bertha, the big journal that Shannon made out of her paint samples. I had always wanted to make it, and I never did. I think I don't know what I did with my paint sample books from back then. But now that I have more, So Malia and I talked about it. I think we're gonna make one. I had got some fabric sample books that I've had forever that I think I brought from Hawaii. Shh, that's a horrible thing, right? Don't bring your furniture. Don't bring anything. Just bring your paint sample book. No, your fabric sample books. I think I'm gonna make mine from a fabric sample. I got fabric samples, so I think I'm gonna make my cover from a fabric sample book. And I think I'm gonna make. And I have all those things from the Big Bertha, the paint sample books. So we're going to try, I think we're going to start soon. I talked to her about it a while ago, and then she and I briefly talked about it recently, but I know she's in the middle of doing some stuff. So anyway, that's on our, it's been on my crafty wish list. Do any of you guys have anything like that on your crafty wish list that you've been going to do for a while but haven't? You're only allowed 10 paint samples at a time. These are big ones. Let me see if I can find them and I'll show them to you. I don't know. They're books. They're not like the little sample things. I'll show you. I might have to glue another one on here so it stands up. I should have probably lined up, but I didn't. Here, I'll show you. Let me see if I can. I know they're not far because I had well, I say that. You know me. Now, he didn't go get them, so I don't know how many. The lady that was painting her house got them. Painting all her, yeah. But here's what they are. They're like this one's from Benjamin Moore. So these are and they're have hang on, I'll show them to you. Let me see if I can. Hi, Angie Brown. How are you? Okay, so here it is. Yours list is long, dates back here. So here's the paint sample books. And the ones I had in Hawaii were much taller. These are not as tall. So, and I don't know how many of them I have, but they're like this. And let's see. And they're like this, bare one coat. What's really cool about these is I did these one year, these little things. I cut them out and did them as inchies because they're an inch square, or you could Zentangle in them if you wanted, You have to go to Lowe's. We're going to sew them into a big book. I'm going to sew them into a journal, like a Big Bertha. Guys, I'm streaming through StreamYard, so I don't know if I can make another one of you guys a mod. If I can, then you guys could go and hey D, if you're here, can you go? Let me see if I can find it. I wonder if I can do it. Let me see. Just give me a second. Give me a second, and I'll see if I can do it. Let me see. So we're gonna make a Big Bertha, which is like a big junk journal, but it's been on my bucket list for years, and I really am mad at myself that I brought a lot of things from Hawaii, but I did not bring that. I should have my paint sample books, because those were amazing. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here is, I found Shannon Green. And then she has one called Meet Big Bertha's Cut Trashy Cousin. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Here, let me see. Let me put this in. This is one You'll have to go back and look for her, Big Bertha. You'll have to go back and look for her Big Bertha original, but that's what that's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make it. This is what we. Yes, we're gonna play. Hey, Miss Angie, what are we doing? We are. I'm working on this. I made this butterfly spine journal. Here, I'll show it to you. But I'm trying to finish it because I don't know about you, but I start a lot of stuff and then I don't ever finish it. And so I may have to go back and fix a few of my butterflies. But here's what the spine looks like when it's like closed. I don't know if you can see it. If you can see very well, but they move around in the wind. I should have probably put some sort of stabilizer on them, but I didn't. But it's for me, so it doesn't even matter. Angie, she probably didn't know they were making a video. Let's get real, or she was she was in her own world of if it was from the retreat, we were in our own world of exhaustion. So, or was it at the house when everybody said hi? And if that was it, I was Candy and I were in the kitchen. We were in the kitchen cooking. Well, I was in the kitchen. You didn't have any idea. I didn't think you did. I didn't think you had any idea. You know what, Candy? I don't know what dye it is. If I find the dye, I'll show you. It's just like it's like one by. It's a Sizzix Biggs dye, but it's by. I think it was for Stampin' Up. I think, and you guys, I didn't buy it new, so, but it was for somebody. Sherry something was Stampin' Up. You know, I losing your pets is so hard, you guys. I can't even like tell you. It took me I wasn't even so sure that I wanted to get another dog, and the only reason I did is my daughter, the one that's in college now, she was really struggling at after getting out of high school, and I'd hoped that this dog that we got would be like would be like a real pick me up, but and he was, and he is. We all love him so much. Um, but he ended up attaching himself to me, which is weird, but whatever. So I think I'm going to go back and I may put some stuff on the side of the pages. I just don't know. And I know I need to cut the ones off at the top. I just haven't done it yet. And I was thinking I might do some tabs, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make some pocket. I was going to make some end pockets. I just can't decide if I want to make them out of fabric or if I want to make them out of paper. Maybe I'll make a few out of paper and we'll see how it goes. But yeah. So yeah, the pet when our little dog died, our little Charlie, you guys, I was the saddest that's why I'm saying like there's just been some weird stuff that's happened that for me it just has been um I know some people need like major setbacks or major things to happen to make them get into a funk, but it doesn't even have to be that for me. It could be doesn't have to be hugely big. It can just be my life. So maybe I'll make something out of this. Found this old children's workbook in my stuff, so maybe I'll make a pocket out of this old children's workbook. This old children's workbook page. Yeah, losing a pet is like, I don't know. You guys, for me, it's just been, it's not, yeah. Maybe I'll make one out of this. Let's see. You got help. You got Peanut to help you with the loss of Tonka. I know it's like hard, right? Bye, Angie. Take care. Jersey you got a chair. Oh, Angie, I'm so happy. Jersey is so awesome. She's like, you guys, if you guys don't know Laura, we call her Jersey. Laura, the Jersey, she used to go by the Jersey Crafter. Now her channel's, let me put it in here. What is it called? The Crafty Bubble? I'm subscribed to it, but I don't know. I think it's called the Crafty Bubble. I'm going to put her in there. Just give me a second. You guys go subscribe to her. She is like so awesome. Jersey Crafty Bubble is her new channel. Laura Jersey Crafty Bubble. You guys go subscribe to her. She's phenomenal. Congratulations, Ange. We're happy that you got a new chair. She does have the best heart and the biggest heart. Oh, Linda, I'm sorry about that. You were the first one on her channel for her original Jersey Crafter channel, or the new Crafty Bubble one? We all love Laura. What isn't to love about Laura? Laura is like, Laura's the bomb.com, okay? Our Jersey Crafting Laura is the bomb.com. Let me see how big this pocket needs to be. Part of me wants to make a really tall pocket, but maybe I won't do that. Enjoy your chair. The first one she did when she came out on YouTube. Yeah, Laura is so awesome. When she first was on YouTube, I don't know whether she came to my channel first or whether she went to Barb Woman's channel. I can't remember the whole thing. I remember where she and I had a conversation once when she was first on, because somebody said something like, I don't know, not nice to her, like on her channel. Like, I don't even remember what it was. And I remember her we talked, and I said, girl, so there's always going to be people that don't like you. I said, who gives a shit? I said, they can just go by the wayside. You know what I mean? I was like, do you. And Laura was like, okay. So then she did her channel. I was like, you have to be you. You can't. If we all waited for somebody to like us, girls, we would be waiting a very long time. And it's liking somebody is subjective. I mean, let's get real, you know? It's like, I don't know. Liking is totally subjective. Liking somebody is subjective. And liking somebody all the time is even more subjective. Girls, I don't even like my partner all the time, okay? I love him, but I don't always like him all the time. All right, that's a real deal. I love him, but I don't always like him. Okay, friends? I am going to glue this to this because these pages on those kids' workbooks are so flimsy. Do you guys ever, do you guys have that too? Like where you realize the pages that you use are not always great? And if you've made journals over the years, what happens, or what I found that happens, and maybe you guys don't have this happen to yours, is that the pages like wear down after a while. And so if you don't want them to wear down, you got to glue them to something else. So, yeah. You guys, everybody's making so many cool things. So if you guys wanted to join Malia and myself, get yourself some paint samples, some paint or anything. You know, you can also make it with junk mail. I'm going to make my cover out of fabric samples because that's what I have. I'm not telling you to make yours out of that. I am a big, huge proponent of using what you have. Guess it would help if I cut something straight. I have straight line impairment. And yes, make along with this. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, obviously you can play in it, but I'm thinking I'm thinking that I'm thinking that I might jelly print in mine. But, it's not you got to do what works for you. Okay, that's going to go up like that. So I'm going to put something on the inside. Cut this off. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. What else am I working on? You guys, I didn't even make my sister a birthday card. Is it terrible? I was going to. My whole life got away from me. I made a bunch of Indian food, which my sister was like, that's good enough. But, a birthday card is a birthday card, right? So I didn't make her a birthday card, but my kids did. Both of my daughters did separately, which was nice. Two of my daughters did. One of them, I don't even think knows it's her birthday. And so she made a birthday card, and my hottie made her a painting. He made her a painting, and it was such a nice painting, and she really loved it. Thank you so much.
That's at least cold. And that's still for the ice cream.
Thank you. Will you do me a favor? Will you get me a thing of water? I don't have any water, like for my paintbrush.
Okay, you have a cup for it? Or?
I did. I think it was in the bathroom. I think it's like right there. It's like a weird smush down one. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's like an art one. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate it. He brought me something to drink, you guys. I asked him earlier, would he bring me something cold to drink? It's so hot. And he said the kids used all the ice. Guys, that's what happens when your kids come home. They use all the ice. But he made her a birthday card. He made her a birthday painting. So, but that didn't really count because I didn't make it for one. Thank you so much. Because I didn't make her anything. But he made her a birthday painting. So I guess that counts for something. He made her a birthday painting. So it's better than but I didn't make her a birthday card. I was going to, but I ended up making all this food. And then, guys, her birthday's on the 8th. The 8th for me was like a disaster day. Have you ever just had a day, like, no matter what you do, it's like we were going to leave early. We didn't get to leave early. We were going to it was like, I don't know. It just felt like everything took 10 times longer. And I made these Indian beans, which you have to make them like the day before. And they're very yummy, but they're better if you cook them the day before. And I make them all the time. It's not like it's like a one-time thing. You guys, I made them too salty. And I've never make it too salty. I made them too salty. I had to make them again. I made them 3 times. You guys, at one point, and then Blake turned to me and he goes, well, so much for us leaving early, because we were like hours late. And then the dog wouldn't go to the bathroom. It was like a whole thing. Like we went to walk the dog. The dog was like, I'm not being walked. I'm not doing that. It was just, yeah. So Neil said I didn't make her birthday card. So maybe I'll make her one and mail it to her. Make her a belated birthday card. I don't know. Do belated birthday cards count? I think they do. We love you, Ange. Oh, you are. All right, go for real this time. Oh, and just don't worry about it. People are just, we're all just going on our own journey. And we can't take it personally when other people do their thing. I mean, I know it's hard. It's like a hard thing not to take personally, but let's get it real. If we take everything everybody doesn't like about us personally, girls, we'd never leave. We'd never leave the house. But don't take it personally, Angie. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down inside too. You think text messages count? Congratulations on your new chair, Ange. We're happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Laura's such a gem. She's so sweet. You guys, sometimes she just texts me like the sweetest things. Like, I'm just checking on you. You know what? Sometimes it always seems to happen when I'm having the worst day. Needless to say, there's people waiting. So I was trying to be all sneaky with my sister because she doesn't like surprises, but I was trying to like go there without having like a big pomp and circumstance because she's staying at her son's house, and I didn't want it to be a big deal because she's watching his child while he's on his honeymoon and all that. And then I was gonna try to invite some of her friends, like a couple of her friends, because my sister used to live in North Carolina. She lived like a couple of hours away from where I live. So I was like, I was going to, I was gonna have her, I was gonna, surprise her with a couple of her friends. And she called me and she goes, I had a dream that you were going to give me a surprise party and I am not up for it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I already invited like two of her friends that I know. Like I didn't have like whatever, phone numbers for all of her friends, but I had it for a few. I'm just trying to clean up my tiny little desk. If you guys saw how tiny this desk is compared to like my old craft space, yeah, it's really small. As far as the desk, I have a bigger one in the room, but I haven't gotten it set up for a camera, so I can't. It's not the easiest to maneuver. So then I was like, do I call it all off? And then finally I was like, one lady said, oh, I'm making your sister her favorite cake, and that she makes, and it was this banana cake. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was probably, I have never had a banana cake that was so good. It was so delicious. It was amazing. So she made my sister banana. So I didn't cancel her. I said, no, you can come. And the other lady, one of the other ladies that was going to come, she's like, we're going to go out of town because you guys, it's been so hot here. So where I live, it's been hot. And I live in the mountains. In Charlotte, where my sister's son lives, it was in the hundreds, you guys. It was that hot. And so one of the ladies that was going to come, she messaged me, look at this, isn't this cool? She messaged me and said that they were going to go to the mountains because it was so hot. And I was glad because she's much older. She's much, much older. So I think she's in her 80s, and I'm glad. But look at this rose. I'm sorry. I was trying to clean my desk off so I could make some more tags, but make some more cat tags and camera frame, basically. But look at this rose. This rose is Janet Nash made that. You guys, Janet Nash. She made this. Isn't this cool? And she asked me, did I want it on I said a pen. What was the other thing? What was the other option to put it on? I don't remember. But so when I get my box, so I went to this crafting retreat with a backpack, you guys. And I made everybody one little thing, because I figured everybody was a lot like me as far as having a lot of craft supplies. Anyway, everybody was so generous and gave us so many things, but I left them there and put them in a box, and Laura is sending them to me. So I only got home with that, and I'll show you guys the little journal that I got home with, and everything else I'll show you when I get it, when it comes back. Everybody made so many cool things. It was amazing. And I was like overwhelmed, and I didn't expect that. I just thought I'll make everybody one little thing. And when I show you the stuff that everybody shared, I was a little overwhelmed. Being blocked is a blessing. It saves you from doing it. I get it. People have blocked you? Candy, why? You guys, I don't understand people. I really don't. This world is rough enough. We don't need to be unkind to each other. And this is a crafting community. I mean, whatever. Everybody's got their own weird thing. I don't know why anybody would block anybody, but I don't know. You guys, I don't know nothing. I think I'm going to make this little pocket an accordion pocket. I spilled water. I don't even have any. Usually I have like paper towels or wipes. I don't have anything. Guys, this is my life today. I'm telling you, I'm struggling here. I'm having my own moment. I'm struggling. All right, let me just fold it in half. Everybody was so generous. Everyone was so kind. It was so nice. But no, that's not more than you did. I mean, you brought all the magazines and everybody used all the magazines. I could have probably supplied everybody with all kinds of stuff. I just was not. Guys, I have been going through so much stuff, like with my just a lot of family stuff. And initially, because Laura had been planning it for like a very long time, initially I was like, oh, yay, this is going to be so much fun. And then when my life decided to erupt, I was like, maybe I can't go. And my kids and my partner were like, you have to go. You have to go. And originally he was going to drive up with me because we were going to go look at this house that I found in New York, in upstate New York. And then it was like a comedy of errors. My car died and we couldn't really leave the kids without a car. And he has this big truck and nobody likes to drive it. It's like, I can barely even get in it. Okay. That's how tall it is. And so, it was just like a whole thing, but they did like an intervention on me and told me that I had to go, that it was ridiculous, that if I didn't go, that, how ridiculous that was. Benny, stop. That's my dog, you guys. He's decided he's going to sit right by my chair and scratch neurotically. So they were like, you have to go, you have to go. So I wasn't as prepared as if I'd driven, I probably would have brought people stuff, but I was like, it flew. And then it was like a whole thing. I was like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I can go, because it was just, I had been going through so much with my family, with some other family and different things, and it was just like a lot. But they were like, you have to go. So I went. So you guys, I made those things so last minute. If I had been driving, I would have brought you guys like some cool books or something, because I have a hefty collection of good books, like, foreign language books and different stuff. But I mean, you brought magazines. Everybody used them. Everyone used them. We used them all in our collage. I think Malia might have even made her journal out of one of the magazines that you brought. If you guys have never made a pocket like this, it's just like you making like a little gusset on it, just so that you can put more stuff in it. Not that you need to put as much stuff as big as this gusset is, but it just gives you some room, especially if you're making these like flimsy, like little paper pockets like I'm making. Sometimes there's not a lot of room in there for it. So if you wanted to, like, I don't know, put some ephemera or put some like stuff you wanted to use later on in your journal, yeah, that's why I was making the gusset for the pocket. Anyway, so yeah, they gave some really cool stuff, you guys. I just made those little book charms, the ones that you saw the video of. And you guys, the other thing is that because I packed all my stuff because we were moving, I didn't even know where half my stuff is. And I don't even know it now. You didn't have time for anything. I get it, girl. You're preaching. That's why I said when I was teaching, it made me have to do stuff all the time. But with no teaching, like with no obligation, it just like, there would be weeks that I wouldn't even come into my craft room. So I totally understand. I get it, girl. I totally get it. All right, let me see where I'm going to put it in this book. All right. I completely get it. I am still in that Christmas tree skirt thing I told you I was making. Making one of my nieces is getting married. And I figure I'll give her some money or something, but you know as well as I do that the money goes. Like they don't even remember that you gave them anything. Does that make sense? It has to, right? They don't even remember that you ever gave them anything. Your stuff is in no man's land. Girl, I get it. Mine is like, so I've been eco dyeing some fabric for a jacket I've been making for myself for a while. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna put some energy and effort into, and I have like eco dyed this fabric over the past few years. It's not like a new thing. And you guys, I thought I knew what box it was in. When I went to look for it, I went through like 6 boxes and it wasn't in any of it. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't even know where that is. And that's a project that I want to make for myself. That's a project I'm making for me. And I don't know where I put it. So it's been like that's been a sort of a drag too, because I don't know where I put it. Like I don't know what box it's in. No. I wasn't great at labeling my boxes, you guys, because I thought this is like my misnomer, but I thought that, I would have already moved and unpacked by now. But I was wrong. All right, I'm going to glue the pocket in there. I probably need to glue it with real glue, like wet glue. Oh, I mean, I can't even open all of them. There are so many of them. And the problem is that they're stacked floor to ceiling and with furniture in front of it. So I have to because we had decided this is how dumb, you guys, this is like how my head works. So I had said to my partner, I said, let's go ahead and pack up everything we know we want to keep. And then everything that we leave in the house, we're just going to let go of, like all the furniture and stuff that we know for sure we don't want. Because we thought we were going to be really downsizing, which we may still be, but we thought at the time that we were moving to the West Coast and the house that we were getting was much smaller than this one. Also didn't have as many bedrooms. Also, we inherited a huge amount of furniture and stuff from his family when we moved from Hawaii. Because, we didn't bring anything from Hawaii. You guys, it costs way too much to ship your stuff from Hawaii. Only thing we brought from Hawaii was our art supplies. And he brought some of his books because he's a book collector. He's a rare book collector. He brought some of his books. He brought his art supplies. I brought my art supplies. We obviously brought our animals. I brought my kitchen stuff because I have cast iron stuff that I've been cooking with for, 20 plus years. And I brought my grandmother's quilts because that's what I had taken with me to Hawaii. And everything else we left. So when we got here, we had nothing. And he had to move his dad out of his house into memory care. And we gave his family first dibs of everything because we were still in Hawaii and they didn't want anything. So I said to Blake, well, instead of us just buying a whole bunch of new stuff, spending all the money to buy a bunch of new stuff, let's just take the furniture from your dad's that'll fit in our house and that you like, because some of it was his grandparents and whatever. And it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a problem with any of it. I'll just tack up a little bit. It's really wet. And we will, whatever doesn't fit, we'll let go of. Well, in the interim, because nothing can ever just be like, oh, that's easy. I should stop saying that. Everything is easy. Everything is easy. Everything is easy. His mom, his parents aren't married anymore. They've been divorced for a very, very long time. His mother, she didn't tell us when he was dealing with his dad, but his mother was moving to Florida. His mother had decided she was downsizing and moving to Florida. She had this huge house, you guys. I want to say her house in Virginia was like 6,000 square feet, I think. And she was downsizing to a like a 2,000 square foot house. And she decided that we needed all this stuff that she had. She did not tell us that. Okay. She called me and she asked me if I wanted, I'm going to put this over that so it doesn't stick to the page. Hopefully none of the glue will run out. She called me and asked me if I wanted her father's dining room set. And I said, oh, I would love that because we didn't have a dining room set. Blake's dad had one, but we bought this house and it had room for like a really nice table. So I said, yes, we would love that. So guys, I just made it worse, but it doesn't matter because it's a book for me. And it's a grungy book anyway. So she was like, well, when can you come get it? Well, we were still living in Hawaii. And I said, I don't know. And then the next thing you know, she got a store. Like she told Blake to get a storage. Well, he couldn't find a storage. So he got one of those, what do you call it? The shipping container storage. They had one of those available. So he just got it. You guys weren't even here. We were in Hawaii. So he got the shipping container storage because he knew that he was going to move his dad's stuff into a storage because we weren't down here yet, you know? You guys, literally the stuff from his dad's house fit in less than half of the storage container. The stuff from his mother's house filled the rest of it. I thought we were just taking a dining room set, but she gave us, you guys, I think, basically everything that she couldn't get rid of. And some of it was like, you guys, our house is 125 years old. Like, we couldn't even fit a king size bed up the stairs. That's how, because of the stairwell, how narrow the stairs are, or how it wouldn't even fit up the stairs. Okay. So we ended up with all this stuff that I didn't really want, that didn't fit in our house. So what we did was we packed up everything we wanted, and I put all of that in storage because I thought we were going to be out of here in a minute. And everything that we weren't sure what we were going to do with, we left in the house. So my thought was, well, we'll just get rid of all that stuff. So when we realized we weren't moving right away, or when I realized we weren't moving right away, I had him go and get all the stuff out of storage. So it is floor to ceiling on me, boxes in one, and then in front of that is the furniture we were keeping because everything else we were letting go of in our house. So I can't just unpack it all. I would love to unpack it all. Just isn't going to work like that. So I'm going to just do it one box at a time. Like right now in my room, I have like 7 boxes. I don't know. And I've been going through them. And out of that 7 boxes, I have decided to keep like 2 boxes worth of stuff. And I'm going to let go of the rest. So that's what it's been like. But I wish I could just bring it all in and unpack it, because it's covered by the furniture that we thought we wanted to keep, which I don't know if honestly, I don't know what size place we're even going to look for now. I'm kind of to the point where I kind of just want to let it all go, but I also don't want to have to go rebuy it again until, I mean, it's a catch-22. And you guys, you get my drift. It's like, I don't necessarily want to I don't want to rebuy it all because I don't know what I'm going to need. And I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on stuff that I already have that's good enough. So it's stupid. It's stupid. Maybe I need to buy Furnished Place. What do you want? I want it. You have an art room? How far am I from Iowa? What did you say you want? You want magazines? Is that what you want, Candy? Is that what you need? Magazines? Well, I know I have some. I could certainly send you some. or when we take our drive, because I know we're going to drive. I know we're going to New York. I know we are. I just don't know exactly when. When we drive that direction, when I come to see you, I will bring you some. But Ami might have better magazines than I do. So you got to find out what kind of magazines she has. What kind of magazines are you letting go of, Ami? I don't want any magazines, but I'm grateful that you brought magazines to the thing. I have plenty of magazines. I probably have more magazines than I could use in a lifetime. You guys, more magazines than I could use in a lifetime. I'm gluing this on here so I can make another pocket. You're going to send her some, but she said the hubby will throw them away. Oh, no. Candy, if you list some of the things that you want before I get rid of my stuff, I will hold on to some for you. And I'm sure Ami will too. Well, I'm excited to hear what you have. Well, girl, I am going to make a pocket out of this one. Hey, Ave.
Yeah.
Will you do me a favor and go and please? Can you go knock on their door? I appreciate it. Please, right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't think the dog's gone down to eat. Hi, Malia. I sent you a text. I don't know why you weren't notified. Probably because I haven't been on. But Malia, I told everybody about our Big Bertha collab. So I am maybe people will join us in our Big Bertha collab, which would be awesome. Which would be really, 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 really awesome. So anyway, put your channel thing in there, Malia, because you guys, have you guys seen the cool stuff? Malia got some 1984 mags. What did you get? You got like some really cool magazines. Were they from the 80s? Were they from, I don't. Were your magazines from the 80s? I saw a little bit of it and I thought that is so cool. That is so cool. They're from the 80s. Architect. Oh my gosh. So you guys, you started a video working on your cover. Ooh. You're going to use an Atlas cover? Okay, cool. I cut mine up. I haven't. Well, we gotta plan some live streams and work on it together. I got my fabric together. You guys, my sewing machine died. I was gonna make everybody. This is how last minute I am. I was gonna make everybody I made Malia one many years ago for her birthday. I made her one of those bead sack bags. You know, like when you're like oh my gosh, Malia, please speak for me here. The feed sacks out of the chicken feed bags. I made a couple. I made one for Malia, and I was going to make everybody that was coming to the retreat one because I have a bunch of those bags. But the news flash for me was I broke my sewing machine. I broke my sewing machine making it. I don't know what, and I have a newer, not great sewing machine. The sewing machine I have is like It's like from, I don't know. It's like one of those plastic machines, like a Brother, and they're plastic. You know what I mean? They're not, maybe I'll make it out of something else. This page is so thin. Anyway, I broke my sewing machine. So I have a serger that I cannot find the parts for because guess what? It's in a box. But I'm thinking I may make the I'm going to make the cover out of my fabric samples. So maybe I'll make it out of this one. Let's see. So I borrowed a sewing machine. We have a thing here called, I don't know if you guys have this, but we have a thing here called it's like a tool library. I couldn't think of exactly what it's called. It's like the tool library, and it is it's like, so I borrowed one from the tool library so I could sew my cover. Is that ridiculous, Malia? I borrowed it from the tool library so I could sew my cover. Maybe I'll make the pocket out of this. Guys, I'm so spazzed all over the place. But look at my butterfly drum, Leah. I'm getting done with it. I did it the other day when I need to work on a couple of these butterflies. Maybe I need to iron them or put a backing on them because they're not standing up like they were before. But that's my butterfly spy journal. And then I just made one pocket for the inside here, which I need to glue down. Why did it come up? Okay. I made a butterfly, and then I'm going to put another pocket in the back and put some pockets in the middle, and then I'm going to put some tags in it. At least they had one to borrow. They had a few things to borrow. Yeah, I'm not buying myself a new sewing machine. You guys, I have too much stuff as it is. But it's like my favorite sewing machine that I've ever had was a Singer Featherweight. And it was from the 40s, I think. And I loved it a lot. And when I moved to Hawaii, I gave it to a friend. And the sewing machine that I use all the time, I did collect some sewing machines for the school that I was teaching, where the classroom thing I was teaching in. But I gave them all to them. So I didn't keep one for myself. So, I could buy a used one, but because I'm trying not to buy anything until I know where we're going. I'm trying not to buy a thing until I know where we're moving. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. You love how it looks? Oh, thanks. You send bad pics of most of your hoard? You sent Candy some pics? So Malia and I are going to do our collaboration on the Big Bertha journal. If you guys want to do it with us, just go get yourself some paint samples. Malia's going to make her cover out of an atlas cover. I'm making mine out of fabric samples. Why say that? I took them apart, Malia, and I took all the paper off the backs of them. Well, as much of it as I can. Some of it comes off easier than others. And then I got my paint samples out. The paint sample things from that we're going to use for our pages. I got that out. You're making sourdough granola bars? Ooh, I want some. You sent your pictures to me? Oh, okay, let me see. You guys, my eyesight is so bad right now. I don't even want to talk about it. I have perfect eyesight. I have perfect eyesight. You don't even have a hoard, okay? Here's Ami's hoard, okay? Ready? This is Ami's hoard of magazines. This is nothing. Look how organized she is. This is her hoard, and look how organized she is. You're using paint sample books from 5 years ago? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so that's one. That's one picture from Mommy. And here's another picture. You don't have a hoard, girl. Yours is nothing. And here's another one. Well, this one's kind of dark, but you can kind of see. Ooh, I like. Yeah, I want some of your magazines. I should say no, but I do. Look at you, girl. You brought so many cool magazines to the and see, look. She has 3 shelves of boxes of Nat Geos. Guys, I have some really cool Nat Geos. Nat Geos are my jam. I like Nat Geos. Nat Geos are Malia's jam. You have thousands of Nat Geos. And some of it is not. And some of them I got you because I was like, I couldn't stand it. People get rid of the coolest stuff here. Ask Malia. I got her some like 19, I think were they from the 30s, those yearbooks? Hey, Laura. Hey, Val. Nat Geo's altered with Citrusolve are cool. I agree. Well, I'm planning on trying to take a trip to New York. And when I do, Candy, if there's some magazines you want, you let me know. And if I have them, girl, I'll bring you some when I come to see you. I thought we were going to go see that house right away. The one right after I came to the retreat, but my hottie got a job, so we're not going to go till he finishes. We love our Laura V. I brought you in some awesome encyclopedias and a big black trash bag full of Nat Geos. Malia, it's all I can do not to go collect all of them. Okay, it's all I can do because I know that I'm not going to use them all, but I know you do. So, all right, I need to figure out what other. Maybe I'll put a fabric pocket back here, but I'm gonna have to sew it. Maybe I'll make one out of this burlap. This one is just a paper pocket. I might add some stuff up here. I don't know. Malia, you know who I'm thinking of sending this little, it's not even a great journal, but who I'm thinking of sending it to, who would really love it. I'll give you a chance to guess. I'll give you a chance to guess. We have a friend who butterflies are her jam. And she is such an awesome person. And she sends all of us awesome things all the time. And when I made it, I thought of her. Yeah, exactly, Malia. You're still hoarding my painting papers? Oh, Laura, I have made some painting papers lately. I think when life gets me down, I go for the painting paper making. When life gets me down. Ami wants to know how you are, Miss Laura V. Laura and I see each other occasionally because we both are night owls with our lovely friend Stacy Pink Poodle Crafter, who we love. I think she would love it too. And so that's who I made it. That's who came to my mind when I started working on it. And look, I put some little butterfly dangles on the bottom. May have to put another piece of fabric on this one because these are those old men's shirts that I got for to do the kids quilt project with last year. And they're just 100% cotton, but they're thin, But and then I'm gonna put. I made a few tags. Look, I made tags. Malia has these. Do you still have those receipt books? I made some tags with Malia's receipt books. Like Malia has these receipt books, and I made a couple of tags with her receipt books. that they have like three, they're like carbon copies. Like you could carbon copy, you could cut them. I mean, there's three pieces to it, I think, to each one. And then some small little tags for the inside. And I was going to maybe make some butterfly, I can't even think, butterfly tabs. You have lots of these books. You guys go check these out and get them from her store. Get them from her online. They're really good. The paper is old and it's like perfect to write on. It's like, I think it's like cotton paper. They're really cool. So I made a couple of tags out of that. I'll make a few more, I think. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Make a few more of those, and then figure out what kind of a kind of pocket I want to make on the inside. No idea. None whatsoever. You've been mostly making cards and paper clips. You make some really awesome paper clips, Laura. You make some really... Your boy got out of the Marines and isn't leaving Cali. I know, it's sad. You know, there's something about California. I don't know what it is on me, but there is something about California. I lived there for a while. And it just, I don't know whether it's just the sunshine or the good weather all the time. It really keeps you there. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but you know, I lived there for a while. My oldest daughter was born in California, you know, so I love your paper clips, Laura. You sent me like a picture of them. You emailed me a picture of them once, or maybe more than once, and I thought they were awesome. I think they're really, really awesome. Yeah. So when you go to the thrift store and they're going to throw away all those old men's shirts, you say, I want those. Say, I want those old shirts. Say, I want them. Invoice pads. That's what they are. You're right. It's a link to your invoice pads. Oh, cool. Put a link in there to your 1984 magazines or the video that you did them. Those are so awesome. You guys, I had some of the best magazines. And when Defy was doing some sort of fundraiser, I gave them my magazines for the fundraiser. You guys, I had some really killer. I think mine were from the 70s and 80s too, Malia. I even had some from the 60s. I had some with Cheryl Tiegs on the cover. When would she have been on a cover of a magazine, you guys? Wasn't that like in the 70s? Cheryl Tiegs? That's what I had those, and they were so cool. And yeah, I gave them all to take care. Vintage magazines, awesome, good for you. Laura, where do you live? What state do you live in? Do you live close to Ami? Yep. So, yep, you live near Folsom? Near Folsom Prison? I was just in Northern California or actually Northern and Central California in February. And then that's where my sister lives. She lives toward Northern California, Central California right now. And I was there, went there for my birthday, and you know who lives up near there is Barb Clark. And if I'd known, I would have like, how far is Folsom from Modesto or Oakdale or Sacramento? I could look it up on my phone, but anyway, I was there for my birthday. And well, actually, I went for my brother-in-law's birthday and then stayed for mine. So it needs some pockets and it needs some corner tuck spots and it needs some other stuff. It needs more butterflies. It needs more flutterbys. Well, Laura, girl, next time I go, I'm gonna make sure that I find you and we meet up, and I'll bring you a bunch of junk. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You guys, wait till I get my box from Laura from Jersey. Wait till I get my box from Jersey. You guys, the place we went to hit Modesto is about an hour and a half. So my brother-in-law and my sister have a motorcycle dealership in Modesto. They have a really nice motorcycle dealership there, and then they actually live in Oakdale. You guys, they had a thrift store there. It was like, I mean, was it like was it like a detriment for me, even me and you, to go in the thrift store? It was for me. You guys, I got so many things in that thrift store, stuff I didn't need. Okay. I did not need anything, and I got it in that thrift store. All right, I need to put some stuff into these pockets too. Let me see what I have over here. Anyway, we had a good time. We had a great time. I had a great time. I think we had a great time. I don't know what I expected, but I had a great time. You guys, I still have stuff from Hawaii, okay? The ride, the Reef Dancer. You guys, most of the stuff isn't there anymore because of the fires. But they are rebuilding, so that's kind of a good thing. Yeah, I found like an old box of some papers from Hawaii, which I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, what was I thinking? Like, I didn't bring anything, but I brought paper from Hawaii. It's like I found some envelopes with papers in. It was a dangerous thrift store. It was fun though. It was so fun. You'll start decluttering now. Oh, Laura, I didn't bring enough stuff. If I had really, you guys, if I had been in my right mind, I would have brought you guys a ton of stuff from here. But I was just kind of in my own like space of like not being 100% myself. No, I was not 100% myself. So I think who I'm going to send this to will appreciate some old magazine envelopes from Hawaii. Some old magazine envelopes from Hawaii and some of Malia's tags. So I have these couple tags that I made from her receipt boxes, and then I wonder if it's dry enough. I'm just fearful to stick it in here, and then there's wet glue in there, and then it'll stick. So let me see. I'll just stick it in the book here until I finish. And then it needs a bunch more tags and a bunch more tabs. Maybe I'm just contemplating. Do you guys think I should do some butterfly tabs or just let it be? Should I leave the flutterbys there, or can you see it? Let me see. Can you see it if I do? This is just a sample, as if I did some butterflies. Obviously, I'm going to have to sew these butterflies onto cardstock or they'll flop. What do you guys think? Butterflies or no butterflies on the sides? It's for our friend who is the butterfly queen. And I've been wanting to make her something for a really long time. And you guys, one year she sent me this birthday present. I hardly knew her. She sent me this birthday present and I cried uncontrollably. I mean, if you and you guys can imagine because you guys all know how it is when you get and all of it, if somebody looked at it, they'd be like, "What are you crying for? It's just a bunch of old paper." But it was just it was just the thought and the meaning. Okay, what do you guys vote? What do you guys think? Butterflies on the spine or butterflies on the pages or no butterflies? You like the little peeking butterflies? Okay, well I gotta cut out some more. You hit an estate sale today, but it was a multi-family in a big building. It happens every second weekend of the month. Oh my God, that would be a detriment. The more butterflies, the better, Laura. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to cut out some more. And I'm going to have to find, I'm going to probably want to make these. I'm going to maybe want to mount them onto some like cardstock or something. Because see how these are not, I didn't mount these. These are just kind of flopping around, which is fine. But then they'll just curl up. So I'll have to mount them on cardstock. The more butterflies, the better. I agree. So yeah, it's going to have a butterfly spine. You guys go over and check out Malia's her magazines. Oh my gosh, Malia. Yeah, you make it difficult. You make it difficult. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. You make it difficult you make it difficult to not want to buy everything. Right? It's like crazy. Anyway. I'm going to cut out. Let me see what I have here that I can do now without having to. I can go get that. I think I'm going to definitely have to put them on cardstock, or maybe I'll glue them onto this paper. Maybe there'll be paper on the side. Okay, what do you guys think? Should I glue them on? I've got to glue them on something so they stand up. But probably what I should do is I should glue them. I should glue the fabric onto this like thick ledger paper or onto a file folder. Onto a file folder. That'll be better. File folder will be much better. And then when I put them through the die cutting machine, they'll cut out. And then I don't have to fussy cut them. You still make butterfly paper clips with eyelash yarn? Oh, with eyelash trim? Oh, I would like that. Malia saying her old Architectural Digest magazines are so cool. Apparently, nothing has changed since the 80s. Except the ads. Oh, I love that. I love that. That is awesome. I wonder, okay, what do you guys think? Should I glue the things as tabs or should I make paper clips? Should I make butterfly paperclip tabs? I said what? Oh, Malia, yeah, you're right. We all love your girls, Malia. Did you guys remember? How old is Vera May now? Is she 7? Is Vera May 7? Paper clips, I should make them as paper clips. Okay, well, if I make them as paper clips, I can do them. Let me see. Question is, where are my paper clips? That is a good question. And I know I have some because I made something with paper clips not that long ago. The question is, did I make them in here? That is the real question. If I didn't make them in here, then I don't know where the paper clips are. Making them as paper clips will give her the option to move them around. That's a good idea, Candy. Good idea. Great idea, Candy. Or actually, great idea. Great suggestion, Laura. And then gray to green, Candy. Where are my paper clips? You guys gotta give me a minute when I hit the camera. Sorry, girls. Sorry. With my head, my big old head. My big old head. They do have a small box of trim that says trim on it, which is kind of a joke, you guys, because that's the tiniest box of trim. And I know that I have, well, we don't even want to talk about all the trim that I have. I'm looking for a box of paper clips. Where would I put them? Because of course I'm not wearing this. I mean, this is when I really need you. Because you would have said, oh, they're in the right drawer on the upper left side. I don't know if I have any paper clips here, but I'm going to look really quick. Oh, but what I do have, if you guys haven't gotten any of these from Malia, you should. Those are like some, Malia, tell them what they are. They came from like socks or something. Or socks, or they came from something like that. Socks or pantyhose or something, I think. They're cards. And they're super cool. I have those. I have a box of stuff that says random things. So I'm hoping in this box of random things that I haven't unpacked, I will find some paper clips. I have found soldering stuff. I have found bridge cards. I'll put those in there. That's pretty cool. Bridge tallies. I have found all kinds of X-Acto blades, which are cool. I may not have any paper clips here. They may still be in my packed stuff. But I did find my big thing of masking tape, which I like. I found some tags that I made. Did find some stuff. I just don't have paper clips. I have the big kind of paper clips, but ta-da! Paper clips! Yay! Paper clips! Yahoo! Box of random stuff. Found paper clips. All right, let's see if I can make some out of this. What I have here so far. Let's see if I can make do with what I have, and we will see what trims I have. I have these won't rust. These are those, I don't know, they've got plastic coatings on them or something. All right, let's see what kind of trim I have. I have some eyelash trim. I have some other trims. I have some pink eyelash trim inspired by our very own Laura V. And I have some tiny lace, and I have some weird trim. And I have somebody obviously sent this to me because it's way too organized for how I would work. It's way too organized for me, you guys. It's okay. These are like nice trims. Not that I don't want to use nice trims, but they're kind of thick and big. Look, somebody sent me a box that says trim. It's so sweet. It had to be from one of you guys because it would have been way too organized for me. All right, let me see. Maybe I will. The question is, I think it's going to need some paper between it. I think it's going to need some sort of paper. Let me see what you said. Guys, my reading the chat on StreamYard is so light I can hardly see it. We need to all have Ami come and help us, okay? If you packed him, you could help me, but you didn't. I know. Girl, it's okay. I'm letting go of a bunch of stuff. Hopefully, Ami can schedule it all so she can run around the whole country organizing. You know what? That is not a bad idea for you, girl. It is not a bad idea. You're so talented. You could do, first of all, you can do anything. I know you're by far, Malia, I'm going to use these. I'm going to glue my things to this. You can do anything. I know you can. And it would be an amazing business for you because you're talented and you're good. I mean, you're just amazing. I witnessed it with my own eyes. I was with you and I had the honor of hanging out with you while you did Laura's craft room, and it was amazing. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, here is the die that I'm going to use really quick, and I'm just going to show it to you. So, before anybody asks, it's called the beautiful butterflies Biggs Papillon Super Bees by Sherry something for Stampin' Up. So that's it. Back it up, Benny. Back it up. Back it up. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down, Benny. Benny, stop. Benny. You guys, our dog, he's gonna come in and knock all my stuff over. That's just his jam. That is his jam. It's his jam. You guys, he's only 2 years old, but he is so rambunctious, it's ridiculous. He's ridiculously rambunctious. Okay. All right, I have some paper butterflies to glue my fabric to, and hopefully it'll. Let's see. All right, hopefully it'll work. Let's hope it works. Let me see if I have some. Guess I'll use this pink, but maybe I have, guys, let's see. I have this bag of old shirts that I took apart. And let's see what I have. It's okay. I'll just use what I have right here. I don't know where I have. I'll have to look for some other trim somewhere else. Probably should use hot glue, but I'm not going to. Just see if I put a little bit of this trim, this pink eyelash trim. Let's see. Let's see how it works. I'm making a journal. This is a butterfly journal, and I'm making some paperclip embellishments. I was gonna just glue them onto the pages as like butterfly tabs, but at the suggestion of Candy and Laura, I am going to make. I'm gonna make some butterfly. I'm gonna make some butterfly paper clips. So then that way they can be moved around. So there's nothing like, you don't, if you don't like the tab where it is, it doesn't have to stay. And Laura gave the suggestion of eyelash trim, and I happened to open up this box of trim, and I had a piece in there, which one of you guys sent me, which thank you, whoever sent it to me a million years ago. I'm grateful. And I probably should use hot glue, but I think I'm going to use tacky glue because that's what I have here in front of me. I have tacky glue, so that is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use tacky glue. And I made the base of it is a thing that is like some cardstock sort of thing that Malia gave me. It is from Socks or Pantyhose, right, Malia? Or is it from, I don't know. She'll have to tell you. She finds the coolest things. Malia has an eye for it, and she just attracts like the coolest, weirdest, the coolest, weirdest craft supplies possible. At least I think so. And she gave them to me a while ago, and I've used them for tags, and I've used them. I actually did a bookbinding class with my kids, and we used them. My kids as in students, not my children. And I used them as the covers of little books we made. So I'm going to glue these little butterfly I'm going to glue these paper clips, these butterfly things to the paper clips. And I think I have, thought I had a gold pen. I know I did, but who knows where it is now on this table. And this little tiny, if you guys saw how tiny this space is, remember how tiny my space was in Hawaii? This is even smaller. My table, I mean, my room is big, but the table is small. I don't know what I did with the gold pen, but I'll find it later. So this is one. Let's stick it on a page and we'll see how we like it. Oh, that's great, girls. What do you think? I should just find some different trims so I'm not using it all, not doing them all in pink, but what do you think? The butterflies sticking out? All right. I think it looks pretty good. That's my personal opinion. I think it looks great. And now I have some, I have some fluorescent. Let's have this. Big diet soda. Let's see. I want some. Put it all. I have pink, but I want other colors than pink because I had it here earlier. Ugh, this is me. This is me. This is me in a freaking nutshell. I had it all here and then I moved it. It's probably right here in front of my eyes and I just don't see it. I use a few pieces of burlap. I can also use some pink embroidery floss. Let's see how this looks. Hey, Trace. Sorry I didn't see you. How are you, girl? You guys go over and join Tracy's channel. You will love what she makes. She is so inspiring as an artist. She's a phenom, and you guys will love her. She used to have her channel used to be called, so I know that some of you already know her, but her channel used to be called It's Nana's Place. But she changed it to Ginger Beach Studios a long time. How long ago? A while ago. And yeah, you guys will love her artwork. She does phenomenal artwork. She's really, really an amazing artist. So Tracy, Malia and I don't know if you want to join us, but Malia and I are going to do a Shannon Green inspired project from years ago, her Big Bertha. And all of you guys are welcome to join us in our adventures. But I don't know about you guys, but I have a crafty bucket list of things that, things that I want to do. That I have on my bucket list of things of I want to, and when I lived in Hawaii, I had collected a ton of those, you know what I mean? Those, what do you call it? The books, the paint sample books. I collected some, and I might have sent them to one of you guys when I moved. I may have, because that would have been something I would have done. I would have sent it to one of you guys so that you guys could have done them. And so Blake was doing a project for this lady. He did it for her. I don't know. He did a room bill. He put on an addition on her house. And she had collected all those paint sample books from Sherwin-Williams and I think Home Depot and Lowe's, and I don't know, because some of them were places I didn't know about. And when he finished her room, she was going to throw them away. And he was he called me and he goes, "She's throwing all these away. Do you want them?" And I said, "Of course I do." Because you guys, I hadn't thought about it since we moved, So I said, yes, of course I want them. And so he brought them home to me. So they've been sitting in a pile in my space. I've been sitting in a little pile over there. And when I started unpacking my room, and I decided, well, might as well unpack it since we've packed it. I found them, and I talked with Malia, and she and I both decided. I said, I'm going to do that. She's like, I want to do it too. So we decided we were going to do it at the same time. So if you want to join in, and you guys don't have to have paint samples, you could do it with anything. It doesn't have to be a paint sample book, but I'm just going to use that because that's what I have. And because I wanted to do it. It was on my crafty wish list, my crafty projects list. You know what I might do is I have my hot glue gun, but where am I going to plug it in? Because that's the other problem. When you buy a 125-year-old house, it doesn't have, there's not a lot of plugs. Not a lot of plugs. My 125-year-old house. So everything's plugged into in this room is plugged into an extension cord, which I'm afraid to put my hot glue gun on because it might decide to blow everything up because, that's how it would roll for me. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you guys think so far? Some butterflies hanging out the side. I've got 2 so far, so I just got to keep working on them. But I think it has to dry because I don't want it to stick to my page. Thinking I might cut out some other fabric, or maybe I'll take some fabric like this and hot glue it on so that one is a stable fabric, like how that one's stable, and this one will be a puffy. Maybe I'll sew it on. Could sew it on. That would be so good. Okay, what should I just do with that? I have that right here in front of me. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew it on. When I say that, and I moved the stuff, so it's got to be right here. Anyway. I have a needle. And I have it. I'm not going to do it. I don't think I'll do it in wax on it. I think I'll sew it on it with embroidery floss. You got to finish your Shannon Green journaling by 5s. It gave you anxiety. I did her journaling by 5s, but I did it a little different. I did it where my backgrounds were like collaged. And I think I still have the book, unless I left it in Hawaii, which I could very well have done, you guys. I could have very well left it in Hawaii. I did it a little different but I loved her journaling by 5s. I like Shannon Green, period. She's like so cool. Like if I live near Fayetteville, I'd like want to look her up. I'd want to be her BFF. She's such a cool person. I think she's a cool person. You're going to use big paper bags in yours and a bunch of bigger paper. I don't know what to do with. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great, Malia. Well, I know that I have bigger stuff that I could put in it too. You guys, one of these days when I find it, I'm going to show it to you. I made a wallpaper journal and I didn't throw it away. It's around here somewhere. I made it out of wallpaper. I made it out of the cover of those wallpaper sample books that I used to get all the time. And I made my own paper. There's a channel on YouTube, and I love this girl, Bonnie and Clive. Do you guys know her? She's Australian, and she does the coolest. Although I haven't been on in a while. She does the absolute coolest. Okay, now I have, where did I put it? Oh, did I put it up? She has the absolute, she made the absolute coolest paper. And she does really cool recycle projects. Malia, what was the name of the paper that she did? It was called like, was it called kooky paper or quirky paper or what was it called? Do you remember what I'm talking about? And I got one of she made it using like is it like a dog mat? I don't know. I have one. I got one. I had one for my pet, for my dog back then, Charlie. It was, what did she make it out of, Malia? It's like, she makes her paper out of all kinds of like book pages and stuff you would probably throw away. But she made it with that, like a silicone mat, right? Am I thinking correctly, Malia? Because that's what I used. Did she use a silicone mat? I mean, I used a silicone mat because that's what I had for the dog. And the dog passed away, so I had the silicone mat. Anyway, and she glued all this paper together. And she's such a cool person. I like her so much. I haven't seen her in a while. She's probably been on all this time, you guys, and I just haven't seen her because I haven't been on. She makes really cool. So I made a bunch of her paper, or the paper that was inspired by her, which I don't know what she called it. Kooky paper, I think is what she called it. What did she call it, Malia? She did it with a silicone mat and scraps. But what did she call it? Did you post the video where she does the paper? That one, you guys, she's so inspiring. If you're a recycle artist, like if you like making stuff from junk like I do, you'll be so inspired by her. And yeah, she's so cool. She's such a cool person. And so yeah, she's great. What are you and the girls up to, Malia? Okay, sewed that one on. I might glue a little bit of on too. Next time I'll get my hot glue gun out because it'll be faster with your hot glue gun. It'd be faster. I might want to glue a little bit of it down. Yeah, she's like so cool, Bonnie. She used to do live streams and they always came on at a time, at least when I lived in Hawaii, that worked for me, because the time difference in Hawaii and the mainland is extreme. It's like 6 hours difference from the okay, that one's better. That one is much better because like look, it has like some dimension to it. I glued it down just a little bit on the other one, and I think I think it'll be better. Let's see. Okay, what do you guys think so far? I mean, it's taken me how long to make two? Two. Yeah, she's super cool, Bonnie. She makes all kinds of stuff though. Like she's like definitely she floats with the recycling thing. Like she likes it like all of us do. Okay, let me see. She's so cool though. I really like her so much. I like her artwork. I like her. She's like so cool. All right, let's see. Maybe I can do these two together. Okay, probably what I should do first is sew it first. Wouldn't that be like a novel idea? Sew it first. Sew it first. Sew it together first. And then sew it together first and then glue it to the paper backing. Well, you know what it was is we got together and crafted the other day. So, you guys know I went on that little crafting retreat, which I have to tell you I needed so badly. Okay, this is how Shelly rolls. Yes, okay, there you go. That's okay. That I needed so badly that I didn't even know I needed, but I did. And then Lori Paint Girly messaged us and said, "Hey, do you girls want to get together and craft?" And we were like, "Oh, cool," on StreamYard. So we just did. And I had cut this book apart to make a journal. I had taken the pages out of it, and it doesn't have a big spine. And I was like, had this piece of fabric in mind that I was going to use for the spine. And I couldn't find it, you guys, because I don't know where it all is. And it's in one of those boxes on me that I haven't gone through yet. And so I just kind of I said, oh, well, I'll just make this. I'll just work on this. So I had these butterflies, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll just work on this. I cut out a bunch of butterflies, and I had this burlap rice bag that, you guys, I love saving them. Don't ask me why. It's stupid, I know, and I don't need them, but I like them. So I cut it out, and I saved, the rice that you buy. Like, we eat a lot of food that has rice in it, like Indian food and Chinese food and whatever else like that. So I saved those rice bags. So I cut them up and made the burlap thing, and then that's it. That's how it started. So it was just because we were crafting together, and I was like, okay, I'm determined I'm going to work on something. So that's how it started. And then I finished the little spine of it, and I sewed all the pages in. And then it was like, okay, now what do I want to do with it? It's like one of those things. It's kind of like a journal for no reason, okay? It's a Shelly version of a journal for no reason. I was going to make a wedding book for my nephew's wedding. You guys, I just couldn't even get it together. I had the book and I had the pages. I'd made all the paper and everything, and I just couldn't get it together to do it. It was like not going my way. So I've just decided, instead of forcing stuff, because the old me would have forced it. The old me would have been like, you have to do this. The new me just said, oh, well, it's okay. But two of my nieces are having babies, so I'm like super excited about that. And for those of you that don't know, I became a grandma. So that's pretty exciting. I became a grandma. He's so cute. He turned 1 in April. And he's precious. What else is going on? My nephew had a baby, so I'm gonna have 3 nieces and 1 little grandson. No, 1 niece, 1 nephew, 2 nieces, 1 nephew, and a little grandson. That's what's going on in my world, girls. And trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. So when one of you guys figures that out, can you let me know? Because I certainly don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Let's see, what else have I been doing? I got all the cabinets for my kitchen renovation. Ugh, and that's a little bit arduous. I think we're going to wait until our daughter goes back to college before we tear out the kitchen because we all eat. So that's a whole other thing. I mean, it'll be different when it's just Blake and myself, and we can just say, oh, we'll have cheese and crackers for dinner, or whatever. But so that's a whole. But I got the kitchen cabinets for it, so that's cool. That I'm kind of excited about. They're all in my garage. And trying to decide between whether I want a quartz countertop or a butcher block countertop. So that's been like the whole 411 in our life. Like, what are we gonna do? We want a quartz countertop, or do we want a butcher block countertop? I'm kind of hedging toward butcher block, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know how much a quartz one is going to cost us. And so knowing that this is not my forever home, I don't know about that, So that's like a whole thing. All right. I've got 3 butterflies. Woohoo! 3 butterfly paper clips or butterfly tabs or whatever you want to call them. Okay, that's what it looks like so far. Hanging out the back of the journal. And the other side is just these white parts. So maybe I'll paint those or something so that they're not just white. What do you guys think so far? Let me see. Can I move it back better in frame? Do you want a marble countertop is what you think? You have both? Hi, Joyce. You want to be a Toys R Us kid? I get it. Me too. You refuse to grow up. Guys, this is my life. It's ridiculous. Okay. You can't get away from the ridiculous. I would like to get away from the ridiculous. It just doesn't seem to work out for me. Okay, let me see what other butterflies I have cut out. Otherwise, I have to cut out a few. I got my eyelash trim everywhere. I got my paper clips here. Okay, let's see. I cut out a few more. I know I have a pile of butterflies somewhere around here, you guys, because I had them from earlier. I like this watermelon fabric, but I don't know. Maybe I'll glue. It definitely needs like more than one layer because I think they look better with more than one layer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll glue it because I already have a blue one. Let's see. Maybe I'll glue it with this. Let's see. I put this one on the back and then put the butterfly on the watermelon on the front. I'll probably have to just cut out some more fabric, make some more. I don't know. This is my thing. With Butcher Block, we have, so if I've already told you guys this, somebody tell me I've told you, because I don't know. My head doesn't always remember. We both like recycling, having things recycled, right? We're both really into that. Like Blake and I are both into like the recycling thing of life and not, just always going out and buying new. So what happened was when we were going to originally do our kitchen, maybe I'll just do this one by itself. We were going to first do our kitchen. The kitchen floor is weird. I'd have to take a picture of it. I don't know what the original one was. I do not know what the original kitchen floor ever was, but somewhere in the 70s, they redid it. Okay. Somewhere in the 70s, they redid the floor. And when they redid the floor in the 70s, let's Let's see which side did I do it on. They put down this linoleum, okay, and it's horrible. The rest of my house has these beautiful hardwood floors. So he was working on somebody's house, and the lady had bought this person had bought an old house here, and she pulled, and her house was as old as ours, maybe not quite as old, maybe ours is 120 years, maybe hers was 100. And she was pulling up these perfectly pristine 100-year-old hardwood floors and putting down something else. And he called me, and so our kitchen floors is, I told you, I don't know what the original one, and then they redid it in the 70s, and it has this horrible linoleum down. When we pulled it up, the part of the linoleum, and all you can see is the subfloor, and I don't know what's under the subfloor. So he calls me from this job, and he says, this lady is throwing away this flooring, and I'm bringing it home and I'm warning you. Like I have any say so in it, right? I'm like, okay. So he brought it home. This has been a couple years ago, and he stored it up in the attic of our garage. So when we had this discussion, when we were first originally going to put our house on the market and sell it, I just said to him, I don't know if I want to put the energy and effort into, putting down those 100-year-old floors in the kitchen for somebody that's just going to come in and rip them up, because it's a lot of effort and work, and we were doing it ourselves, right? So he was like, yeah, I get it. So then when we decided that, so I said, well, let's just buy linoleum, because linoleum's easier for us to put down than if we're just going to sell this house. And, if we're just going to put it on the market, it's not going to change the value of the home to put down linoleum floors. So then, now that we haven't put the house on, now that we've decided we're not selling it at this moment, that we're still here, now the hardwood floors are coming back on the table. So that's why I was thinking maybe I would do the butcher block countertop, because we have this 100-year-old flooring that we are going to put down, and the butcher block would look really nice with it. The countertop, the cabinets are not, they're like shaker cabinets. I bought them from somebody they're perfectly beautiful, but I bought them from somebody that was taking them out of their house because they wanted something else. Guys, I live in a place where, ask Malia, people throw away they'll throw away a hardwood table for an IKEA table. And there's nothing wrong with an IKEA table, but when you have like a really beautiful, whatever, mahogany table, and then you're throwing it away so that you can put your IKEA one in. So, I don't know. Ask Malia. I find stuff all the time. I'll call her and tell her and say, I got this. And she'll be like, what? And I'll say, yes. And it was free. Right, Malia? So, no, I think I was just going to put, guys, I'm a doofus. I didn't even do what I said I was going to do. It's ridiculous. One scratch on a butcher block and you would freak, but you can sand it. But I live with a carpenter, so he's like a fine carpenter. This one's gonna need a different thing. I forgot what I was doing. See, this is what happens, you guys. I get like distracted, and I can't even. Guys, I swear. I'm going to cut some more butterflies. Hi, Carla. How are you? I haven't seen you in so long, girl. How are you doing? How are you doing? You know, before I exit North Carolina, which obviously doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon, I am definitely going to get together with you. We have to get together. And yes, I'd love to get together with you and see you and hang out with you and craft with you. How are you doing, girl? And how are your grandkids? How is your sweet horse girl? How's your sweet Peyton? How is she doing? Maybe I can do it on top of this one anyway. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let's see. No, I'll do it on a different one. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I have some issues going on, but we don't need to talk about my issues. My issues of unpacking my crafting hoard. My issues of unpacking. Yeah, I don't the whole countertop thing has kind of put me over the edge a little bit because I don't know. If we were gonna look, if I knew this is like where we were gonna be forever, I should take a picture of my kitchen and then you guys see it. Peyton is great. Oh, she's going to Nebraska to compete in nationals. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing. She's going to be 16. Where does the time go? You guys, where is the time? Where does the time go, you guys? I think it's I'm just going to cut some butterflies. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. I mean, I'm in the same room. I'm just not near the butterfly. I just think the time just goes by so fast. And like, what is going on with this? Like, where does it go? Where does the time go? The time just goes by. And then we're all just like, what? They're how old? They're what? They're doing what now? They're doing what and what and what? I get it. It was like a minute ago. She was like 7 or 8, right? Guys, I'm using my handy dandy Big Shot, my Sizzix Big Shot, which I love, you guys. I know that they're probably better die cutting machines, but I've used this one for so long. Talk amongst yourself for a minute, and I will be right back. I am right here. There's some more butterflies coming my way. There's a few more butterflies coming my way. A few more paper butterflies coming my way. I'm going to put one more fabric ones. Okay, I think I have enough. A few more paper clips. So far I have these 3 paper clips made. And I'm just going to make a few more, and then I'll have enough to make tabs. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm proud of her too. Congratulations. It's so great. I've when I do get on Facebook, I see a few posts, and I have seen the one about Peyton, and I meant to like text you and say, or write you and say, I'm so congratulations, but girls, the struggle's real. The struggle's real for me. Okay, I'm going to put this one on top of this one. And maybe I'll sew it. Let me see. Yeah, girls, it's been real for me. I've had like so many things go on that are just like a lot to talk about, and it's just, and who wants to come online? I'm just going to be frank. Who wants to come online and be a Debbie Downer or Shelley Downer or a Natalie Downer? Yeah. I don't want to be a Shelley Downer. But I've had like just a lot going on family wise, and it's just been, I don't know. It just seems like it's like it never stops. And then when you finally do get to a place where like, oh, this is like feeling like it's easing up, then comes all the weddings or the funerals. Like I've lost 2 really dear friends in the past several months, and that in itself can kind of like put a damper, at least I can just speak for myself, a damper on me, and it also kind of makes you feel like it makes you realize how short life is, and that sort of thing, makes you go through all those like epiphany feelings that maybe you wouldn't necessarily have all the time, so that's been another thing. And, quite honestly, it's like when things go, I don't like to, if I'm not feeling good, I don't feel like I can. I know some people are better at it than others, of like, things aren't going well. It's okay. I'll just power through. I'm kind of what you see is what you get kind of person. So sometimes my fake it till you make it kind of thing is not present. Does that make sense? does that make sense? Like the show must go on is not necessarily where I'm at. If you know what I mean. And you know what? Sometimes life just gets in the way. I mean, I know for me, like by the time I sit down to have any sort of creative time, it could be really late at night. That's why I catch Stacy many times because she crafts all night. She's got like this stamina of somebody I've never ever seen. She can craft. She is like a Energizer bunny. So I'll see her occasionally at night. Have you guys seen the wind chimes she's made? She's made some of the most beautiful wind chimes. She is so talented and she can do so many things really well. And I really admire that about her. You know, she is like has like a superpower doing things, and I think it's pretty cool. She made some of the most beautiful wind chimes or mobiles, or I don't know. She made them out of glass and out of I don't know. Laura, you tell everybody what she made them out of. Precious gemstones and some other stuff, wine bottles, and just really cool. She really makes some amazing things. And she's so talented. She's talented at everything she does. I don't think I've ever seen her do anything that didn't come out like amazing. Yeah. But that's why I haven't been feeling like I was super in a cheery space. Does that make sense? I really like that one. I don't know whether I think it's probably because I like the shiny, right? Is that what it is? Is it my what do you want to call it? What do you call it? OCDO shiny? Like, oh, shiny. Like a magpie. You know what I mean? The magpie sees it and goes, oh, shiny, and then goes toward the shine. That's probably me. But I like that one. Liquor bottles. Yeah. You know what it is? It's like when you lose, I lost like two people that were like I was so close to, and they were like really like one was like a mentor to me, and she recently passed away, and I knew she was, and I used to talk to her every day, and she knew. I mean, she was ready to. She had some real physical issues, so she was ready. She was like, I'm ready to be out of here. I don't want to have all these things go on. And I lost one of them prior to her unexpectedly. And I would consider both of them like just like a mentor, like, but the one that was most recent, I would talk to her not every day, but I would talk to her many times a week. And, it was like, it's one of those things where you're just like, or it just takes you back, you have to like, or it took me back to where I really just needed to just focus on myself, and yeah. And then her partner sent me a couple of days ago, sent me some things from her, and you guys, it just like all like I was like, it was like one of those like feelings of like, oh my gosh, am I going to get through this? Because it was so first of all, it was unexpected. I didn't expect her to send me anything. And then she sent me, and it was beautiful. It was like she sent me some jewelry, and she sent me some just some personal things that were hers. And it was incredibly touching to me, but it also like caught me off guard. So I'm like, oh no, oh no, like, am I gonna get through this? Oh no. It was like one of those feelings, and it was beautiful. I mean, I'm grateful that she sent them, but I was like, girls, it was like, whoa. I was like, this is too much for me. I was like, this is crazy. Oh, we could have, if I move to New York, girls, you are all welcome. You're all welcome here, but I got to reset up my craft room, okay? My craft room's in shambles right now. I need Ami to come live with me for a couple weeks, and then I could get it together. Oh, now Stacy's making tassels with salt and pepper shakers. Oh, that's cool. Malia, did you hear that? Tassels with salt and pepper shakers. So I gave you all those salt and pepper shakers, girl. Get to making some tassels. That's cool. I was away for a few days. I was away for a little bit. I haven't been online. I mean, I didn't take my computer or anything with me. Yeah, Linda, I found a really cool house in New York. I really love it, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I think the biggest thing for us at this very given moment is where do we both, because initially we thought we'd move to the West Coast because of our kids. And now I think we're both just kind of thinking, where do we want to live for ourselves? And we'll go visit our kids. So I don't know. I found a great house that I loved in New York. And I thought we were going to go like really on the sooner side to go see it. But Blake just got this big job. And you guys, for him, it's sort of like feast or famine when he works. It's like, I mean, when he does, look, he has a couple of really big painting commissions, but those take a while. So that's not, so in the meantime, he does like, it takes him a while, his creative process. Maybe he'll let me film him. If he does, you guys, you should see the stuff he makes. He's like phenomenal. He's a phenomenal artist. Anyway, but he got this big job. He got a couple of them. And so I think they're going to start right away. So instead of us thinking we could take like a couple of weeks off or at least a week off, because it's kind of a drive, it's like, I don't know, 14, 16 hours from us, so you need a little bit of time, especially if you want to like scope out the area and you want to see if it's for you, right? Which I wish we had done that when we moved here. Although I love my house and the school was really good for my daughter. It's just been, I think there's just some places that are energetically better for me than others. Hawaii was definitely one of them. It was definitely the energy there that suited me a lot. So with this job he's doing, I don't know when we're going to get to New York. I mean, I'd like to do it before it gets winter so that I can, you know what I mean? Because in the winter, it's kind of hard to see if it's a place you really want to be. But we'll see. We'll see. And then we also had this a realization recently about our sweet dog that we have to take him with us because he didn't eat for the 2 days we weren't here. And we went away. When I went away to the crafting thing, he didn't eat. And it's just weird. I don't know. And my kids were here. So it's not like the dog was by himself and they love him and he loves them. But I don't know, you guys. He's just a picky dog. I don't know what to tell you. He's like a picky dog. Okay, I guess I was kind of heavy on the blue and the purple and the black. And let's see what I have. I think that's like cut out. I mean, I did cut out a pink one. Maybe I'll do the pink one. Maybe I'll just do the pink one and double on itself. Hi, Aunt Beck. How are you, girl? I love you. I love you, Trace. I will, you guys are always welcome. Look, you guys are welcome wherever I am. So if you guys want to come, anybody wants to come and craft and hang out, you just got to give me a little bit of notice because I got to get my craft room a little bit more organized. It's like a little bit of a disaster area right now. It's a lot of bit of a disaster area right now. Okay. It's a lot of bit of a disaster area because it's half unpacked, half packed. And yep. And I know that we're planning on trying to go to Sedona in the fall. We have a really good friend that moved from Hawaii to Sedona. And I talk to him at least once a week and he's been dying for us to come. So when if I drive out that way, Trace, I'm gonna stop over and see you, girl. I'm gonna invite myself to your house, okay? Toward upstate, Aunt Beck, like toward upstate, like, probably like we'll try to stay within like, we'll try to. Sometimes you guys, how do you tell if this? Yeah, that's the wrong side. I was gonna say, how do you tell which one's the right side and which one's the wrong side on these metallics? Probably toward like within 2 hours of the city. Within 2 hours of New York City. Because we used to live in New York City and we have a lot of friends that live in that area, within a couple of hours of the city. So that's what we think right now. But I'm not 100% sure. We've also been like, considering things that I didn't consider when I moved here, which will play a role in a place, because I'm hoping wherever we pick next will be forever. And you know what I mean? Our final home. And some places are better for taxes than others. New York is not necessarily one of them. So we've actually like looked at Pennsylvania, we've looked at Jersey, we've looked at different places. So we'll see how it all pans out. I'm not 1,000% sure at this point. So we'll see. We will see. Our daughter goes back for her second year in college, and so I'm excited for her. I'm super excited for her. And yeah. Yep, she's going to Warren Wilson College here in North Carolina, and she loves it. Warren Wilson was like right where in some of the areas of Warren Wilson were hit pretty hard, or where she goes to school is in a little area. It's like a half an hour from where we live in an area called Swannanoa, and that was one of the harder hit areas from Hurricane Helene. We were super lucky. My house didn't have anything, but my neighbors did. My house is so old and it's built on a hill, but my next door neighbors, like some of them got water and their houses, parts of their houses were flooded in my own little neighborhood, because where we live is very mountainous, very hilly. So, yep. So, I don't know. We'll see. We have to. You've never been to New York City? Aunt Beck, I used to live in New York City. I raised 2 of my 3 children in New York City. My youngest daughter was born in New York City. My middle daughter was also born in New York City. But my youngest and my middle daughter are both born in New York City. my two older children, that's where they went to school. Until we moved to Hawaii. My middle daughter went to school in New York and Hawaii. My oldest daughter only in New York, and then she went to high school in Vermont. She went to boarding school in Vermont by her choice. And a lot of kids that go to school in New York City opt for a different type of high school experience. And that was my oldest daughter. And actually my middle daughter left Hawaii and went to the same boarding school in Vermont. So it was, yeah. So we'll see where we end up. I don't know exactly. Or if we scrap it all, and I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Told you guys I don't even know what I want to be when I grow up, so I can't even figure out where I want to live. We just talked to that as we're losing our friends and people we're the closest to. Maybe we might want to try and spend a little bit more time with them if we can. So we'll see how all that pans out. I don't know. All right, here's my paperclip butterfly collection so far from my butterfly spine journal. You're right about that, Aunt Beck. You were right about it. Scott says we will retire out of South Carolina. Not sure where. I dread moving. Girl, yes, moving is like a bad word. Moving is like a bad word. Okay? I agree. Moving is like a bad word. I should make some red ones, but I don't have any red. I should make some red ones. Give me 1 second, girls. Yeah. The one thing like to consider, I mean, I didn't consider any of this. I certainly didn't consider it in my youth. Was like where you'd want to retire. Like that didn't even like dawn on me. Like it wasn't even a thought in my process of like where I might want to retire or what that looked like or even the thought of it, honestly. So I So I mean, it's been like a whole thing, It's also been like where do you see yourself and that sort of thing. All right, let me look and see how many more paper clips I need to do. Okay. All right, let's see. So here's the journal so far. Here's the journal so far. Here's the spine, which I love. That's my favorite part so far. It does have a couple of I put tags in there. It does have a couple butterflies at the bottom. I may add some more to these. Like I may add a couple more butterfly like thicknesses to the butterfly dangles from the inside. And then I'm going to add these paper clips. I made a pocket here, but it wasn't quite dry, so I didn't want to stick anything in it. I probably can now, but it wasn't dry. And then instead of making tags, instead of making tabs, I made these paperclip embellishments. And let's see, want to make sure they're totally dry before I get them all in there. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it without like, let's see. Okay. So they're going to kind of do that. Let's see if I get them. I can get them in some of the right places. They'll be, obviously, you can put them wherever you want to put them. There's that one. Let's see where am I? Let's put this one. Let's put this one in here. Yeah, Becker, the tax is high in South Carolina. That's the other thing. Like, guys, I don't mean to sound so naive, but I just worked my whole life, so I never really like put a tremendous amount of thought into to taxes and retirement and that sort of thing. But like that's been a big concern. I don't want to move somewhere where I buy a house and pay cash for a house where I end up like my taxes are like a mortgage payment, And that was I never ever really thought about that until recently. So that's what it's going to kind of look like. Let's see. Probably need some red ones. I need to like cut some red fabric so that I have some red colors in there. So that one's got a pink one and a green one and then I have a black one. I can stick the black one. Let's see, where am I going to stick the black one? Let's see. The black one. And then I have a blue one. So, I could put a whole bunch and then she can take them and do whatever she wants to with them, right? It's like not mandatory. I can make a few more, but I need some red ones, I think. So that's what it looks like so far. What do you guys think? Can you see it? Let me just see this. Let me see what you guys are writing. I'm sorry. I'm in butterfly mode here. I do want to make one out of this. I just got to find a back fabric for it, like a black one or a red one or a pink one or something. And then I have, let me see, because there's a glare where I am, like, because I have the lights where I'm going. So, that move is your last, Candy. I hear you. Let's see. Let's see. We have so much stuff and yeah, I get it. I'm so sorry. I saw that you wrote your mother-in-law passed, and I'm so sorry. Taxes 1,000 a year is not bad. Car and auto insurance is pricey. Yeah, I mean, I have been sort of comparing Aunt Beck. I just haven't done like, I guess because I haven't like made up my mind like where I want to go or what it's going to look like or that sort of thing. I haven't really done a lot of comparison as far as that goes. It's just been like we've really more talked about our friends and like where we might want to be as far as like that goes, and our family. Blake's family, they either live in Oregon right now or in Florida. And you guys, I don't want to move to Florida. It is just too hot. Guys, I could barely do where I am. Like, I could barely do where I am. And it's not been as hot as like some places around here, around, the nation. And I'm like, it's hot for me, and it's like, I don't mean to be a baby, but it feels like a little like that, So I've, yeah. That's why I've been kind of thinking about New York because the summers are not so crazy hot in some places. So I don't know. And we have lots of friends there. So I should make some red ones. I should make some of these gingham ones. Just don't know if I have a base fabric that'll look good with a gingham. Maybe I can do it with a blue and a gingham. Maybe this blue and a gingham. But this is it so far. So I'm kind of happy with how it's coming out. And yeah, I like it. I like how it's coming. This is like kind of a departure for me. You know me, I'm more of a trashy journal person, not a theme journal person. Not that this has a theme to it. And the book is definitely old and trashy. The book is definitely old and trashy. All right, my lovelies, I am going to say adieu. I am going to say goodnight. I will try to come back on again and finish it up with you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I really appreciate it. What did you say, Carla? I missed it. My chat has such a lag. You like the butterflies? I like them too. I mean, I'm glad that I did it. And I'm grateful that I got to hang out with all of you guys tonight. I'm going to try to start streaming more steadily. I'll try to do Fridays if I can. And I'm going to try, I think I may try to pick another night and just try to get myself back in the groove for myself. And because it certainly holds me accountable to work on things and projects that I had. I'm definitely going to do that. It's Shannon Green inspired Big Bertha journal. So if you guys want to join us, Malia and I don't know what I'll try to be a. Bye, Laura. Big hugs. I will try to give you some heads up so Malia and I so we can coordinate when we're gonna work on it. And then if you guys want to join us, join us. And yeah, that's what's going on here, my lovelies. And I hope to see you guys all soon. I don't even know who's streaming tonight, but I hope you find somebody fun to hang out with. And I hope I see you guys soon. And know that I love you and you're always in my thoughts and prayers. And I look forward to seeing you again. Until next time, as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. Bye for now.